It's a 50-yard indoor war as the Arizona Rattlers host the Georgia Force. Don't miss the Force and Rattlers live tonight at 7 on FSN Arizona.
Live from Phoenix, Arizona, Arena Football League action. We're at the U.S. Airways Center in downtown Phoenix, the Georgia Force and the Arizona Rattlers. Hi, everybody. Kent Nerdavanis along with former Dallas Cowboy Dale Hellestray. Welcome to the AFL on FSN. It's midseason, but right now two teams struggling to get to 500. And Dale, as we take a look at the Mitsubishi standings, you can appreciate that it's a tough road to hoe. First of all, for Georgia, having lost a game last week, now 3-4.
Well, you see the record 3-4, and they're chasing New Orleans and Orlando both 6-2. And then you flip over and you see the Arizona Rattlers, an identical record, but only a game out of first place in their division. So this game is big for both these teams.
They've been hampered certainly with the injuries, a lot of inconsistencies, as certainly the Arizona Rattlers are going to have Cy Burley running at a secondary that has some new faces for Doug Plank's team.
Well, talking to Doug Plank earlier this week, he said it's like a Greyhound bus station there in the secondary. New guys every week, guys going to be playing different positions. Can they put it together tonight to cover this Rattler receiving corps?
Should be some fun as the Arizona Rattlers getting together here with the Georgia Force. It's homecoming of sorts for Doug Plank and Kevin Guy, also a highly regarded defensive coach for the Arizona Rattlers. Back with a kick right after we pause for these messages.
I got ADT because my neighbors were robbed, but ADT did a lot more than protect me from burglaries. My dog was all alone when the fire broke out. ADT acted fast and called the fire department. They saved my home and her life.
Every day, ADT is there for our customers with an easy way to arm and disarm your system, plus fast alarm response from our advanced network of monitoring centers. Call now and save over $250 when you buy ADT's family package. ADT, always there.
The Arena Football League is passionate about making a difference in the community. Now they're teaming up with the V Foundation for Cancer Research for AFL V Week.
We need your help. I need your help.
A week at AFL games dedicated to raising awareness and donations to help win the fight against cancer.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Join the AFL and donate to the V Foundation today. For more information, call 1-800-4-JIMMY-V or log on to www.jimmyv.org.
FSN presents the Emmy-nominated series that uncovers the most spectacular tales in sports history. Amazing sports stories. Incredible. Unbelievable. And 100% true. These are the greatest stories never told. It's an all-new episode, The Tale of the Greatest Prison Ball Player, Sunday on FSN.
Catch the Arizona Diamondbacks as they wrap their West Coast road trip, taking on the San Diego Padres.
Drew spins, fires,
golly, Connor Jackson.
It's the D-backs and Padres, Sunday at 1 on FSN Arizona.
I knew when I saw the flight of the ball that we weren't going to have to worry about who the players coming in the bottom half of the inning. If you don't learn from your experiences, then you're not going to get better.
It's Bob Melvin, In My Own Words, Monday at 5:30 on FSN Arizona.
The AFL on FSN is brought to you by ADT. ADT, America's residential and commercial security leader. Proud to be an official security services provider of Arena Football. And by New Orleans, home of Arena Bowl 22, Sunday, July 27th. And by Mitsubishi Motors. It's go time. Visit MitsubishiCars.com.
And welcome back to downtown Phoenix on a beautiful night for football inside the U.S. Airways Center. Georgia and Arizona just about set to tee things up with the football just like this. If you will see, the footballs this year used by the AFL are branded by the V Foundation. After each game, one of these footballs is signed by an entire team and auctioned off to benefit the V Foundation and find a cure for cancer. Kentondale, for my money, one of the best moments in sports when Jim Valvano took the stage and gave an impassioned plea to help cure cancer.
Thank you, Mark. Head coach Kevin Guy of the Arizona Rattlers, a defensive coach, did wonders with San Jose the last couple of years and brought here his first year as a head coach in the AFL, although he did coach AF2 for a few seasons in Texas and Tennessee. And his team will get the football to get this one started. Meanwhile, speaking of defense, number 46 with the Chicago Bears. And 2 of the last 3 years, the coach of the year, the AFL, and he's got his game face going down.
He looks mean standing on the sideline. Look at that.
Martinez gets into it. Trandon Harvey plays the carom. Little room and a little dancing for Harvey down the board line. He's cut down by the kicker. Carlos Martinez makes the tackle. Both teams are coming off losses last week. They've had good moments at times. Quarterback Blaine Campbell returned 2 weeks ago and played well in Tampa, but last week 5 interceptions, 7 on the season. And as head coach Kevin Guy said, that young guy, it'll take a while sometimes to get acclimated.
Well, if that offensive line gives him some protection, we'll be able to make better decisions.
It always comes down to the line, doesn't it? Here's Harvey in high motion. And Harvey wide open. Busted coverage, and he's in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Rattlers. That'll help forget about whatever didn't go well last week.
Well, as we said in the open, that secondary for Georgia, just getting to know each other seems like week after week, and that's what's going to happen. Big plays, miscommunications when you haven't worked with the guy next to you.
And Trandon Harvey, as Whitley chases him down, but to no avail. That's got to be frustrating, especially when you talk about DB in the NFL, Doug Plank. But it's been a problem. Bad snap, but Smoker gets it down. PAT is good. Trandon Harvey with a touchdown reception. Rattlers, first play from scrimmage. 6 on the board, now leads 7-0.
Well, they said, talking to everybody yesterday, they said it was imperative that they got off to a fast start. That's exactly what they did.
And the Georgia Force will have their opportunity. They're down by 7. We come back right here on FSN.
Yeah! Come on now. I love it!
Don't miss Arena Bowl 22, New Orleans. For tickets, call 1-866-AFL-TICKS.
Nothing brings us together better than a football game. In today's fast-paced, high-tech world, a football game is still a great way for neighbors to be neighbors and for kids to make new friends. The importance of community is just one of the lessons we learned from this great game of football. The AFL is proud to partner with USA Football to help make youth football a fun way to learn the game of life.
Contestants, grab your wings for the annual Native New Yorker Battle of the Bone Chicken Wing Eating Contest. Amateur eaters looking to eat wings and win big prizes can enter today at battleofthebone2008.com. And with our great menu of delicious appetizers, entrees, and desserts, everyone wins at the Native New Yorker. The Native New Yorker. Come for the wings, stay for the HD sports action.
So cool, so hot. Native New Yorker, the coolest place for the hottest wings.
This guy's known as Rattler Man, and yeah, he's standing up and cheering for good reason. The hometown team leading here in the early going.
Well, and you need to get this crowd into this game, the start that this team has gotten off to this season. has not really endeared them to these fans, but a touchdown in the first play from the game, I promise you, they will get behind them.
Yeah, Doug Plank had said that they have not played 2 games in a row where they've had the same wide receivers or the same defensive backs, and it's been a struggle for both teams with the injuries. And you saw it on that first play. Poole's kick. Damian Gross, a former Rattler, off the iron, a hot bounce, tracking it down at the 3-yard line. A loose ball recovered by Arizona. Arizona comes up with it. DeVoe with the recovery on the near board line. Quick look at the Rattlers starting lineup. Offensively, Campbell as DeVoe, the recovery, Burley and Harvey, the talented wideouts. And it's all up to the line. See what they can do. Thomas in the middle, and the lineup's being brought to you by Spalding. Steve Muscoro returned a couple of weeks ago, and they did a better job protecting the quarterback the last 2 weeks. So golden opportunity, leading 7-0. Taken over at the 7-yard line. Short drop by Campbell. 2 plays and 2 touchdowns for Arizona. Reception made by DeVoe, and the Rattlers are off and running. Excuse me, as reception turned in by Todd DeVoe. So he's been Johnny on the spot the last 2 plays.
Well, you're going to see him get inside position here. Just a quick slant route, ball thrown right on the money by Campbell. Easy pitch and catch when your wide receiver can get position on a cornerback inside like that. 2 touchdowns up by the Rattlers.
This has been a problem for Georgia, the slow starts. For Arizona, leading 13-0. Poole's PAT, Smoker, the hold, and the Rattlers lead 14-0. You said, Dale, the importance of getting off to a good start, particularly at home.
Well, that was when we talked to the coaching staff. You look at the keys to a win here. You need to stop the pass rush of Georgia, which we'll see on the next possession. You have to play disciplined secondary coverage, and then you got to put pressure on Greisen. Most of them, when you're talking about defensively, but they did talk about that offense having to come out and score points. You jump up 14-0 on another team, and boy, that puts them in a big hole.
And while it's just a 2-touchdown deficit, you know that Doug Plank is certainly concerned, because for him it's a little bit different. The turnovers have been a bugaboo really for both teams.
Yeah, we got the turnovers there, and the other thing that you talked about here, eliminate the big plays right there, and that's the thing that's really plagued this football team and their losses. So far they've given up 2 big plays here very early in this football game.
And that was intentional, the turnover, because Poole, all good kickers try to get the iron. If you pick up the iron framing the nets, you have a good chance of getting a wild, unpredictable bounce. That's exactly what we saw. DeVoe came up with it. Rattlers convert quickly and lead 14-0. That's no small feat, though, to try to find the upright or the frame, the bottom portion of the irons. But that is indeed the target. This one through the slack net. And Damian Gross zigzagging his way and finally brought down at the 12-yard line. Chris Greisen, talented quarterback, spent a lot of time in the Valley as a backup quarterback with the Arizona Cardinals. And he was not sure what he was going to do, Dale. You see the numbers, because things weren't working well. They said, you cannot play in the AFL. Well, he went back and got a little instruction from a high school coach. Apparently was holding the ball too close to him, and then went to play AF2 and backed up in Dallas, and now had a couple of great years here with the Georgia Force. Wide open far board line for the first down. And reception made by Damian Gross. Looking at the offense, brought to you by Spalding for Chris Greisen. Morris, a lot of newcomers here. Tiger Jones, Damian Gross, a veteran in the league. Troy Bergeron out with an injury, did not make the trip. Offensive line, Grice didn't play well last week, but he's a good one. And Clark, Doug Plank was telling us he has very good footwork.
Yes, he does.
Time. And the juggling effort. Did he hold on? He did. Touchdown. Tiger Jones. And the Arizona lead is cut in half.
Well, you're going to see these receivers, and it's very, very easy to get open against these secondary guys, because you have to communicate in the defensive secondary, and you can see the communication right there was not there between Isaiah Trufant and Chris McKenzie. You see Tufant trying to get back into the play just a little bit too late, but nice throw by Chris Bryson.
Bryson to hold. Martinez PAT, it is good. So Arizona's lead is cut quickly in half. We talk about two defensive coaches, but everyone is scoring and scoring at will. More from Phoenix in just a moment.
Forget about what happened in that first half. I know each and every one of his destiny was to be part of this football team tonight. And I know our team's destiny is to be champions. Look at me now. We will win this football game. Yeah! Woo! We will win this game. Yeah. Let's get a hand in there. 1, 2, 3, win!
Nobody gets you in a game like Discover Card. Get in the huddle, get on the field, and maybe even get the game ball. Get in the game with Discover Card, making every fan's AFL experience brighter.
Go! Let's do it! Hey.
Arena Bowl 22 is playing New Orleans this July, and you can be there. Yeah! Just enter the Mitsubishi Motors Drive to Arena Bowl sweepstakes for a chance to win a 2009 Mitsubishi Galant Rallyards and a trip for two to the Arena Bowl 22 weekend. There are plenty of weekly and instant prizes from Aaron's, Discover Card, and ESPNShop.com. So don't be left on the sidelines. Enter to win today at arenabowl.com/drive.
I love it. Open my present next. It's a singing toaster. It's a singing toaster. Wow. It wasn't on the registry, but I knew you'd love it. Thanks. Thanks a million.
At Casino Arizona, when we say thanks a million, we mean it. This year, we're giving away millions in cash and prizes to celebrate our 10th anniversary. Casino Arizona, what are you waiting for?
Well, the Georgia Force strike back right now. 14-7 Arizona with the lead, but Georgia is on the scoreboard. Welcome back to the sidelines here, sports fans. Mark McClune with you. Hey, our ADT Defensive Player of the Week is New Orleans Voodoo's Norman Lejeune. Rattler fans may be familiar with Lejeune, who had 4.5 tackles and 2 picks against the Rattlers last week. And you can vote now for the ADT Defensive Player of the Year all season long at arenafootball.com. Guys?
Right. And Mark, yeah, he's playing probably one of the top teams in the league right now, the New Orleans Voodoo. Although Monday night it'll be 2 teams undefeated as Philadelphia goes at it with the Dallas Desperados. Trandon Harvey back to receive the kick here from Martinez, with Arizona leading by touchdown, and this will bring a flag out, and the ball will be brought out to the 20-yard line. You have to catch the net or keep it inside the net. Souvenir for him, though. Nice going. Those balls aren't cheap.
Just missed Big John down there on the 5-yard line. One of the staunchest Rattler fans had a chance to catch that football, but gives the Rattlers great starting position for this drive.
Lane Campbell, the talented quarterback, and there is a process it takes to get acclimated. Joe Germain really struggled, the former Ohio State star in the AFL, playing the first season and a half, and then when they came on like gangbusters, and a very talented quarterback up in Utah. The team is struggling. Contact on the line and pop it across and making some contact. Big Ernest Allen.
Well, it's going to be interesting watching this matchup.
Defensive 95. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
All night long, you have a revamped Arizona line. Steve Mascoro back in the lineup, but yeah, one of the best pass rushing fronts in arena ball for Georgia. And so it's going to be interesting watching this matchup, because Arizona is going to change things up. 3-step drops, 5-step drops, try to keep this defensive line just off balance enough so they can't pin their ears back and rush Campbell on every down.
It makes sense. We talked about both teams inconsistent, but both teams do have talent. And trying to get it together here on this Saturday night. Wide open. Sia Burley, touchdown Arizona. And the problems continue in the secondary for Georgia, and the Rattlers taking full advantage of it.
I mean, you're talking about not exactly fantastic throws right on the money by Lane Campbell, but they don't have to be. These are wide receivers that are running wide open. Great protection up front, as you're going to see right here. Able to step into the throw, and there's nobody within 10 yards of Burley. Did a nice little post corner route there. Turned the defender Milligan around. Caught the touchdown pass.
Burley, Offensive Player of the Year last year, the AFL. PAT is good. Rattlers get back to their 2-touchdown lead. So James Whitley, Heyman Milligan, and Marcus Jefferson struggling a bit in the secondary. And Georgia down by 2 touchdowns on FSN.
One great car leads to another, leads to another. The Mitsubishi Lancer. Hop in. It's go time.
You know what? You've earned this. Never fled from Spalding. True to the game.
It's early, but Lang Campbell, the quarterback for Arizona, has got to be happy. He's touched the ball 3 times, 3 completed passes, 3 touchdowns, and his team leads in the early going by 2 touchdowns, 21-7.
No turnovers, and he hasn't been touched. That's a very, very good combination if you're an Arizona Rattler fan.
Yeah, being a former offensive lineman, but it's true, though, Dale. It always comes down to the line play and how well you can protect your quarterback and what kind of pressure you can put on the opposing team's quarterback. Poole. And through the slack net, Damian Gross. It did hit the top of the board, so it'll be brought out to the 5-yard line. Interesting to see because both coaches have talked about the injuries have hurt, not making excuses, but it's hard to get that continuity down every time you look out there and your quarterback has new receivers and your secondary has new DBs.
You have new offensive linemen, you have new guys shuffle in and out, and if you're not comfortable and you don't know the guy you're playing next to, things can go downhill in a hurry, and it's just all about communication, and that comes from playing together.
Yeah, Doug Plank saying this week it's psychological because there's a comfort zone. If you know the people around you, what they're going to do makes your job easier. Chris Greisen sends Jones in motion. He makes the grab on the near board line. And brought down by McKenzie, former Arizona State player, along with Jerry and James. Spalding brings you the Arizona defense. We talked about Jerry and James. Looking for Jerry to come up with a few picks. McKenzie, the ASU player, Trufant's brother, of course, with the Seattle Seahawks. And up front, Bruce making his start. Yeah, he's got some size on him out of Washington State. And Shropshire, good one too. He's in the middle, right flat. And that's enough for the first down. Reception turned in there by Georgia's Carl Morris.
Well, I don't know if you noticed that, but Wendell Gaines' picture, the longtime Arizona Rattler, I don't know, he's played about 22, 23 years. He's actually older than the head coach, Kevin Guy. Yeah. But he keeps the same picture on there. I did that with the Cowboys. I kept my 1990 picture in the program when I was in year 2000. People thought I looked awful young for 38 years old. Wendell Gaines, that's the same picture he's used for 10 years.
Yeah, you're smart, though, Dale, as the ball on the left flat, bringing it around Damian Gross to about the 21-yard line. Although, because Kevin Guy is the head coach, he should look older, even though it is Wendell Gaines, who's seen some NFL time.
Yeah, and you look at Kevin Guy, a young guy, got to talk to him yesterday, very, very enthusiastic and enjoying what he's doing. But it has been a big load on him.
Well, he's turned the entire team over. Gaines, one of the few holdovers out of Oklahoma State, played a little bit with the Arizona Cardinals as a tight end. Morris makes the grab, and he works his way for the first down. About the 23, this is the guy nicknamed Harvard, Carl Morris, and he just didn't go to Harvard, but he got his degree in economics, which will come in handy right about now.
Well, the one thing you're seeing, and this is another thing that Kevin Guy said, that Rattlers would love to have 15, 18 possessions in a game. The Georgia Force, they're going to try and slow the game down a little bit, more of a ball control offense. You're seeing short passes. Keep the chains moving, keep the clock moving, try to keep the ball a little bit out of that Rattlers offense's hands.
Greisen is 5 for 5 passing in the first quarter. Free play, pass thrown, and caught. Did he get in? went out at the 1-yard line. We'll see about the penalty flag. Nice leaping effort made by Tiger Jones out of Louisville, a rookie. A lot of rookies on both these two teams. Pat Garvey is our referee here in Phoenix tonight. This will be against Arizona.
Legal formation, defense number 43, moving forward prior to the snap. Penalty will be declined. Result of the plays, completed pass. First down.
Pat almost wanted to give him the touchdown, but they will have it first and goal.
Well, and you see number 43 right there in the center of your picture. You cannot be moving forward defensively. Offensively, one player can be in motion. Defensively, you cannot attack the line of scrimmage. Therefore, the penalty, but obviously declined. They took the game, put the ball inside the 1-yard line.
Kurt Kahuya, the guilty party. Huebner's the fullback. Play fake, and Greisen will walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia. Chris Greisen. And Georgia has closed the gap. Well, we talk about the importance of playing well on the road, and that does quiet the crowd down in a hurry here in Phoenix.
Well, and you see everybody running to the ball carrier. Nice play fake. Thought he was going to hand it off to Huebner. Chris Greisen, not the most nimble quarterback in the league, but he gets the job done here when there's no black shirts to avoid.
He'll hold for Martinez. And the PAT is good. And Georgia now down by just a touchdown. 21-14, Arizona leading. We told you Georgia last week lost. They've lost some close games. And while Arizona has been blown out there, at times play very well, and we've seen some changes made. And Arizona off to a pretty fair start here. The problem has been the offense, Dale, and that's not been the case here tonight for Kevin Guy's team. Offense has been very sharp indeed.
Well, it comes down to turnovers. And when this offense turns the ball over, some of the numbers get skewed because you see points up on the board, but that's not necessarily the defense's fault. If the offense can hang on to the football and take advantage of their scoring opportunities, this team is going to win a lot of football games. As soon as you start turning the football over, that's when all chaos breaks out, and that's when you start to lose football games.
And it wasn't just the case of the offense turn it over. They'd like to get a few takeaways for the defense to help Lane Campbell's team and get their record up over 500. Brandon Harvey. I felt this guy was kind of lightning in the bottle. He's got some talent.
Well, he certainly does. Great explosiveness. But the interesting thing about him is the fact that their practice facility, they don't have nets to practice catching the football off of. And you're going to see again, the kickoff's going to hit the net. You've got to turn around. It's very unorthodox. And if you're not used to it, can really, really make you look silly. But Brandon so far tonight has handled it perfectly.
No highlight courts in Arizona. Anywhere else really to practice on as he turns around. And this one again has to chase it down, and if he can't get it out of the end zone, he has to fall on it. Georgia comes up, whether they do. Georgia gets a touchdown. Georgia recovers after Arizona's Brandon Harvey had touched the football in the end zone. All Harvey had to do was cover the football, and it would be brought out at the 2.5-yard line. But Georgia is now down by single point.
Well, that was just a great kick, and Harvey's kind of stuck there. He's trying to jump up there and grab the football, takes a funny bounce, and that's what that's what that steal is up there for, to create havoc in the end zone and not able to get to the football before Georgia jumps on it for the touchdown.
Paul Morris with the recovery. So each team has come up with a turnover on the kickoff. PAT is good. And Arizona in control, but right now they're tied. Knotted up at 21 here on FSN.
The Arena Football League is passionate about making a difference in the community. Now they're teaming up with the V Foundation for Cancer Research for AFL V Week.
We need your help. I need your help.
A week at AFL games dedicated to raising awareness and donations to help win the fight against cancer.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Join the AFL and donate to the V Foundation today. For more information, call 1-800-4-JIMMY-V or log on to www.jimmyv.org.
The incredibly fuel-efficient Mitsubishi Outlander. Hop in. It's go time.
You got to keep your eye on the ball because it can bounce strange ways in the AFL. Georgia Force, they were down 21-7. Now they've tied the game. They've had 9 offensive plays in this game, 6 touchdowns, and Trandon Harvey will get another crack at it.
Well, and that's the thing. We're just talking about going to that kickoff is the fact that if you don't get to work every day off of these nets, it can be very, very difficult. And even when you do get to work, you can't, the bounces that can come off the frame of those nets, you just can't control them. And that's what makes every kickoff so exciting in arena football.
Now Nickerson not playing tonight. He had been returning kicks. This one did hit the iron, juggled by Harvey. He has to get out of the end zone, otherwise he'll be at the 2.5-yard line. As it is, it stands to be almost just at the 3. And that's going to be nerve-wracking for Trandon Harvey and the Rattler coaching staff so they can get that under control.
Well, in his first game returning kicks this year, and obviously you get here early before the game, but you just can't control some of those things that happen. Even the best in the business have bad things happen when they bounce off the frame.
Campbell, corner of your screen. That's DeVoe, and he makes the grab, jitterbugging his way down to the 7-yard line. Stop there. As Georgia's defense, they've had a great pass rush. Here's the secondary, and the new face is Jefferson. Newton was a DB, now the Jack linebacker. Look for big things from him. The front line.
Yeah, and then you see that big front line, and they've gotten some nice pass rushes throughout the season, but when the secondary is not communicating correctly, guys are running wide open. Doesn't matter how good of a pass rush you get if somebody gets open quick.
On second down, Harvey in high motion, jammed by Whitley at the line. DeVoe makes the grab, and he's gang tackled. Good effort by a newcomer getting a chance to play. As we've said before, their injuries and looking to shake things up a little bit. Coach Kevin Guy.
Well, you can see right now Lane Campbell's he's in a nice comfort zone. I mean, there's nobody around him. He's got good vision of the field. He's throwing in rhythm. Offensive line is doing a nice job giving him protection, and then what they're doing is they're changing his drop so that you can't get a bead on him each and every time he drops back to pass.
Ladich trying to give him an opportunity to put him in a position where he can succeed. Campbell give the football, running play straight ahead. Robinson, a couple of yards. Let's go downstairs to Mark McClure.
Yeah, hey guys, here with Carlos Martinez, who just had one heck of a kickoff, resulted in a touchdown. Tell us what you were trying to do and how you executed it.
You know, I just do a 3-step kickoff. I usually have a full approach at 7 yards, but I have more control with the ball and trying to aim for the bar every time I do my kickoff. So the last couple kickoffs, I've been on target.
With the extra points tonight, scoring points, also with the kickoffs, but you're also raising money with every kick. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I have a fundraiser this year called Kicking for the Cure. I had an extended family member here in the Phoenix area diagnosed with stage 3 ovarian cancer, and so every extra point I hit, I'm donating $10. Every field goal I hit, $25 throughout the whole season. So got a big group here from Phoenix, and you know, it's going to be a good season.
And you spend some time here in Phoenix in the offseason? You live here?
Yeah, I was here last season during the offseason, and now just in Atlanta. And so everyone at the Ovarian Cancer Institute on the campus of Georgia Tech, that's the nonprofit organization I'm donating my money to.
And last question, finally, who does your hair?
I got a stylist there in Atlanta, Stacey Adams Salon in Malt, Georgia. So I lost a bet to my brother, who's the Ultimate Fighter, so I bet against him, but I tried to motivate him. So I'm here, stuck with this hair for the rest of the season.
It's great. Great hair and a great cost. Thank you for your time. Let's kick it back to you guys.
All right, reminder, the Discover card gets you in the game. Carlos Martinez, pass overthrown, and we're looking at Martinez's hair. Doug Plank says he kicks better with his hair kind of a black, a white, and blue.
Well, I'm not so sure if you're that Stacy girl back in Atlanta, if you want your name thrown out over the airwaves for coming up with that, too. But my goodness, I walked in, I thought he was bald on top. But no, that's just Georgia Force colors.
He's done a nice job hitting the iron tonight. And each team has. By the way, that was the first incomplete pass of the night. We just saw it's been that kind of evening with the way the ball's bouncing in the offense for both teams. Great play for the Rattlers. And overthrows. Trandon Harvey cutting across the middle. This will be against Georgia.
Well, you're seeing both teams. Lane Campbell doing a nice job there with the hard count. He's doing a very nice job. Top of your screen up here, you're gonna see the Georgia Force defender.
98, 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
Jermaine Smith jumping off sides, and it's just a hard count. It's third down. You know, your coaches are yelling at you. Watch the hard count. Don't jump off sides of the defensive line, but sometimes it's just so difficult because you're trying to get that pass rush going. Very, very good job by Lane Campbell. Now it makes it a much more manageable 3rd and 5.
The name sounds familiar. Yeah, Jermaine Smith played in the NFL. They picked up some moves from Reggie White and Santana Dotson with the Green Bay Packers. And almost picked off over Harvey and over the head of the defensive back, James Whitley.
Well, what's interesting is as you watch Lane Campbell, watch this pocket collapse right here on him. He can't step in to his throw because there's a hand up in front of him. There's a defensive lineman pressuring him. That's why the ball sails a little bit high on him. Imperative that he gets protection. When he gets protection, he makes good decisions and much more accurate throws.
Rattlers before the last 2 weeks, well, they've given up 16 sacks. Kevin Guy has some of that settled down with the return of Steve Mascoro and doing some things a little differently. Lang has time as he hits his man Burley across the middle for the first down. The local product, grew up in Mesa, Westwood High School in the Valley.
Very nice route, 4th down there. Good protection up front. Silent Burley just running a crossing route right in front of Marcus Jefferson. Campbell getting the ball to him and picking up the first down.
Yeah, 15-yard pickup. Now Rattler man and the Georgia Force, pretty good one. We're knotted up 21-21 here from the U.S. Airways Center in downtown Phoenix. Second quarter coming right up.
Oh my! Wow! Man, what a hit! Oh, what a drill and what a catch! Ingram hung on to it. Sack going down at the look out. Coming out of the end zone. Boy, he is jolted it. His helmet went about 8 yards.
Range Rover Sport. Visit your local Land Rover Center.
Contestants, grab your wings for the annual Native New Yorker Battle of the Bone Chicken Wing Eating Contest. Amateur eaters looking to eat wings and win big prizes can enter today at battleofthebone2008.com. And with our great menu of delicious appetizers, entrees, and desserts, everyone wins at the Native New Yorker. The Native New Yorker. Come for the wings, stay for the HD sports action.
So cool, so hot. Native New Yorker, the coolest place for the hottest wings. Baseball! Over and out! The Diamondbacks win! The Diamondbacks win! Wow! Baseball's best story just got better. The Diamondbacks are going to the playoffs.
AFL on FSN is presented by Russell Athletic. Willpower has a lot to say on 4th and Inches. And by New Orleans, home of Arena Bowl 22, Sunday, July 27th. And by Discover Card. Discover Card, making every fan's AFL experience brighter. U.S. Airways Center with Dale Hellestray, Kent Nordavanis, Mark McClune also here, and just a delightful smile, part of the crowd.
He's got some pretty good seats there, too.
Better be careful,
yes.
too. Not just the football, but also a player could come your way. Incomplete pass, dropped by Robinson. Would not have been much of a gain. We have not seen many passes dropped here tonight. Interesting, you talk about the AFL and all the points scored, but it truly comes down to the defense and your ability to stop the other team and take away a possession.
Well, you're going to see, watch right here. Watch the pass rush that comes inside of Mascoro here, and that's where this play breaks down. Nice job making Campbell get rid of that football before he wanted to. The play broke down. Got to keep those defensive line off of Campbell.
Tough challenge for Robinson. The ball coming quicker than he thought. Burley makes the grab and pinned to the boards. They'll bring up third down.
When you talk about Chris Robinson, number 31, the intended receiver on the play before, stepping in at fullback, a little more athletic. They are going to try and get the football to him on some of those screens, handing the ball off, which they've already done. Try and see if he can do something offensively that will take a bit of a load off of Lane Campbell throwing the football down the field.
Campbell had Asi Faoa as the fullback, but he is out with an injury. And Robinson has played a few years in the league. In fact, he was Campbell's fullback in Austin last year. Lots of time. Flag thrown and thrown away. All sorts of flags out there for Pat Garvey to unfurl.
Defense. Number 5, linebacker out of the box. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
That's Cam Newton.
Good protection up front there. Campbell having all the time in the world to throw the football. Still nobody got open, but with that illegal defense, when you can get a linebacker out of that box, sometimes makes it more difficult to complete a pass down the field.
Now the Rattlers have a 1st and goal. Each team trying to get to 500, get in a position where they'll participate in the playoffs. Campbell hit as he throws, and nipping at his heels. That was Trulock. He dumped him. Markel Trulock, we talked about good footwork up front. He's more of the speed rusher, I guess, Dale.
Yeah, he is, and he just coming inside. You're going to see him come right in here, and that's where your quarterback's going to be affected the most. Can't give up outside leverage. Number 75, Atlas Herring on there, doesn't have any help. He's got to take an inside set and make sure that he drives Trulock around, make him go the long way, keep him out of your quarterback's face.
Now 2nd and goal. Burley will go in high motion. And the play is blown dead. Interesting, as we talked about, there was protection. The offense looked sharp. Quarterbacks look great. Then all of a sudden you don't get the protection. The defense is busting in there, and it's a different game.
Defense, number 95. Half the distance remains, 2nd down.
You're going to see right in the middle of your screen right here, another hard count. This is the 3rd time they've got him early in this football game. Nice job by Lane Campbell, drawing Ernest Allen offside.
It's now 4 penalties for Georgia, totaling 19 yards.
And it's so funny because that is the guy that's closest to the football. As a defender, you're taught, don't move until you see the football move. You can't get any closer than Ernest Allen is.
That's been the helmet of Thomas, the center. As Campbell, will he run? He'll try, and he is dumped inside the 5. Trulock made the tackle for Georgia.
Well, and all of a sudden, this series, you're seeing that Georgia pass rush come alive. And a little bit of that is because you have to work in unison. When you got the secondary covering, gives you a little more opportunity to get to the quarterback, but they are getting there. You see Lane Campbell having to run for his life. You're not going to complete passes when you're having to tuck that football and run with it.
Second quarter is a different game that we saw the
yes,
first 15
minutes.
It's Arizona tied with Georgia as Campbell on 3rd down, caught by Burley for the touchdown. Cy Burley getting up on that pogo stick to bring it down, and Arizona has retaken the lead.
What a nice play call. I mean, you talk about, look over here, look at all these receivers bunched up, and then Cy Burley just sneaks out of there. You have number 18, James Whitley, kind of lost track of him. Nice job going up and bringing that football down by Burley.
2nd touchdown reception for Burley. He has 4 catches tonight. PAT is good. Burley and the Rattlers now leading by a touchdown, 28-21. Dale, Mark, and I back to the U.S. Airways Center in just a moment.
We got ADT because I walked in on a burglary once. The physical damage was pretty bad. The emotional toll was even worse. What that robber really took from us was our peace of mind. With ADT, we got it back.
Every 15 seconds, a burglary takes place in the United States. Help protect your family.
with a fast alarm response of ADT. Call now and save over $250 when you buy ADT's family package. ADT, always there.
All of us AFL players, we have favorite plays.
And this cornerback, that's Harvey for the score.
So what's my favorite play?
Blue 92.
Trips left, HO 30 climb.
Stay hut. Got to kick it high, got to kick it straight.
Stand for a Blaze victory.
We should get a quick 6. Just something simple.
Right 90, wing sail, Z delay slant.
Right yo-yo 82 Poco.
You got to throw it quick.
You got to send them long.
Now, quarterback's going to read this corner here.
The old 5-step drop.
No, the 3-step drop.
Are we talking about dancing or football? Starting to feel it now. I'm feeling it.
The quarterback takes a quick 3 steps, hit the delay slant. And that's your basic 3-step route.
Well, we might not agree on a favorite play.
One thing we do agree on
is the favorite play of the AFL, helping kids at Children's Miracle Network hospitals.
That's my favorite.
Touchdown!
Arizona leading 28-21. And part of the crowd here at U.S. Airways Center. The Southern Division standings brought to you by Mitsubishi Motors. New Orleans playing some great football. We talked about earlier. Orlando has 2 wins against Georgia, but they were very close. And one very controversial. Arizona just a half game out of first place, despite the fact that they're under 500. There's that talk about the guarantee. You get your money back, your season tickets, you get your full refund if the Rattlers don't get into the playoffs. And Arizona looking pretty good at this point as 2 teams, Kansas City and Utah, have struggled. It would cost the franchise, Brett Bushy, the lead owner, $2.2 million. That's a lot of confidence you have in the new staff. As this did go back and catch part of the railing behind the net, so it'll be a touchback.
Well, we talked to Coach Guy about that yesterday. How do you feel about that? I mean, it add more pressure to you. And said, how'd you find out? And he said, well, I was just driving the car. He called me and said, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. And if you're the head coach, what are you going to say? Well, you know what? I don't think we're going to make the playoffs. Maybe you shouldn't do that. You got to show confidence, and obviously adds a little bit of pressure to the situation. But that was their goal from the beginning. So, you know what? It doesn't add that much pressure, but it will be fun to watch this team down the stretch.
Oh, it's a great marketing idea by the Arizona Rattlers. Got a lot of attention nationally. Sports Illustrated and ESPN guaranteeing that they'll make the playoffs, so you get your money back. As the Caps comeback effort. That's enough for the first down. Tiger Jones the grab.
Nice throw and catch there. And I want to go back to the beginning. We talked about that offensive line for Georgia, and Shane Grice, a guy who Doug had said had not played as well last week as he had earlier in the season, but he's out there basically on one leg. He's playing because he has to play, and this team cannot win football games unless he's out there gutting it out. So let's give him some credit for fighting through not being 100%.
Dump it off on the right side to Damian Gross, and the Rattlers smell it out beautifully. That'll be a tackle for a loss.
Nice job by Williams getting up there and enforcing pressure. Turning him back into his friends, and you're going to see, watch right here, watch how they get up the field, and very, very hard when you got guys running across the line of scrimmage. Nice job by Trufant also getting across the line of scrimmage.
Georgia has never led tonight as this ball caught sort of the first down near midfield. But we've had right off the bat 6 possessions and 6 touchdowns. And then to slow down a little bit with the defense doing their job. Damian Gross the catch here.
Now watch the pressure right up the middle. Shropshire doing a nice job putting pressure on him. Bryson getting rid of the football. Good job by Williams coming up and making the tackle. Not trying to make a highlight hit. Get the receiver on the ground. 3rd and short.
Gross in motion, and the pass is incomplete, broken up beautifully by Arizona's Isaiah Trufant. What a play on a well-thrown ball.
Very nice throw, but look at the coverage here. Trufant does a nice job getting his arm across. Probably a little bit of contact down there if you're a Georgia fan. Probably could have been called interference, but the thing I like about Isaiah Trufant there, he didn't turn his head back to look for the football until the receiver did. Nice timing, got the hand in there, knocked the ball loose, brings up 4th down.
4th and a couple. Georgia down by touchdown. Bryson going for Jones, makes the grab, touchdown, Georgia force. Banging off the wall, so they've converted a couple times on 4th down conversions. That's a tough job as a DB. You make a great play, and then you're asked to make another great play.
They come right back at you. Nice throw, nice catch. You're going to see the protection. That's where it starts. Bryson able to step into the throw, and Tiger Jones coming down with it right before he goes into the boards. And then you got the
swim move of his, or what is that?
I don't know. I thought I saw you doing that last week.
We found as Martinez getting set for the PAT. And again, Georgia hanging with Arizona. Entertaining first half here as the Rattlers are now tied with Georgia 28-all from U.S. Airways Center in Phoenix.
Nobody puts a new car or truck within your reach like Bell Ford. Announcing the 72-hour sale this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Through Sunday, Bell Ford lets you drive a new 2008 Ford Focus for only $99.95. Or buy a 2008 Ford F-150 Super Crew 4x4 XLT, just $25,888. Any Ford, any color, any option, Bell Ford's got it.
When it comes to Fords, there's only one giant, Bell Ford. One small step off I-17, one giant Ford store.
Buckle up, race fans, because Around the Track is dropping the hammer. Looking for all the highlights and in-depth race coverage? Then you've come to the right place. You won't find a more complete post-race breakdown than right here on Around the Track. Sunday night at 10 on FSN Arizona.
Next week on the Best Damn Sports Show, period. Thursday, we've got photo finishes, bumps, bangs, and even some bruises.
Tail hits him. Earnhardt gets him.
We're hitting the pavement on Best Damn's top 50 NASCAR moments. Then Friday, it's two of Best Damn's favorites, a couple of special guest hosts who are never at a loss for words, Memphis head coach John Calipari and super agent Drew Rosenhaus. Next week at 11.
Tied at 28, each team. Technically, are they stops? I don't know, but on two kickoffs, each team unable to handle a kickoff recovered by the opponent. So it's a missed opportunity, if you will. And it's just going to be an exciting night with two pretty good kickers out here. Carlos Martinez with the Valley ties. Mark McClune earlier tonight. Underneath the iron this time, Trandon Harvey. Scattered field, one man to beat, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
And that, Kent, is a difference between catching, steal, and not. Missed it by a yard or so. Trandon Harvey catches it, hits the hole with a full head of steam. There's nobody who's going to bring him down. You're talking about a few feet from that ball kicking out and having a bad bounce or a touchdown.
That's his second of the year, although the one returned, he was not the return man. Ball had bounced away, and he picked it up and scattered into the end zone. Rattlers with the lead back, thanks to Trandon Harvey. A couple of quick moves, and Arizona up by 7.
Come on now. I love it.
Don't miss Arena Bowl 22, New Orleans. For tickets, call 1-866-AFL-TICKS.
Sack going down. Look out. Coming out of the end zone. Boy, he is jolted. His helmet went about 8 yards. Oh.
Big finish. Done.
Nobody gets you in a game like Discover Card. With insider cameras that get you closer to the players, into the huddle, onto the sidelines, even up on the Jumbotron. Get in the game with Discover Card, making every fan's AFL experience brighter.
Tape? Anybody else need... Dude, you need some tape?
Rattler cheerleaders all smiles right now. Arizona has taken the lead again, 35-28. Yeah, a lot of points here. Talk about the defensive coaches, but again, they continue to score at will. And this time, Kevin Guy getting his return man up on nifty moves.
Well, Kevin Guy said that's one of his keys to winning this football game is playing good special teams. He said in their wins, they've done that. In their losses, they have not been able to help this team. And obviously, you've seen that tonight. Nice job by Harvey getting that football and going straight uphill, not dancing around, not being indecisive, going north and south, and getting the ball in the end zone.
Said this is an important game for obvious reasons for both teams. There's a big difference. You say, well, you win or you lose. You're either 4-4 or you're 3-5. But in terms of playoffs and psychologically getting ready for next week, this is a big game for both teams. We've been inconsistent this year. This will be a touchback. Ball had bounced off the facade through the net, so it becomes a dead ball.
Well, I mean, the thing, you say that, it seems so elementary, but you say, okay, well, you're 4-4. Well, if you're 4-4 versus 3-5, 3-5, it seems like you're always chasing to get back to 500, and it takes so much effort to get there. If you're 4-4, you win next week, now you're 5-4. And so it's a big momentum type game for both these football teams.
Arizona goes to Los Angeles next week, and I think Georgia has New Orleans. Bryson's pass caught by Gross past midfield. Bryson, incredible numbers tonight. He's been 11 of 12, 152 yards, and his team is down by a touchdown.
Nice route by Gross there. I mean, he does a nice job getting Isaiah Trufant kind of turned around. It's so difficult to play defensive back in Arena League. So many times you're matched up one-on-one. You got a guy running at you full speed and a whole field to take advantage of you. If you play good defensive backfield coverage in Arena League, you can do it anyway.
Hebner, his fullback, wide open, guard eligible. The catch is made for the touchdown. Well done, as James Clark. We talked about the good footwork. And nothing more enjoyable than watching a big lineman come up with the reception for TD. And Dallas, now you didn't catch any.
No, I did, but I couldn't be eligible. Watch him right here. He's just going to sneak out down here. You're not thinking anybody's going to go out for a pass. By the time you realize it, it's too late. And you're right. Doug Plank said that during the week. He said, you know what? James Clark, he's our most athletic offensive lineman. He's got good feet, good hands. They take advantage of it.
Martinez, the Toreador stance. The PAT is good. And Georgia continues to keep pace with the Arizona Rattlers. Waiting for someone to blink. Each team has had the unofficial stop. Trouble handling some bounces off the net or off the iron. And knotted up again at 35, Arizona and Georgia. Interesting because the two coaches talk about some similarities, injuries, and you want to get continuity. And no one is really doing what the top teams, Philadelphia, is going on right now with Dallas. Let's go downstairs to Mark McClure. What do you got, Mark?
Hey guys, here with Colleen Drury, and thank you very much. She's a very, very special lady. We talked with Carlos Martinez earlier in the night. You're the reason he started Kicking for the Cure. What does it mean to you to see him playing out there and also doing so many good things for cancer?
Oh, this is so exciting. I was actually diagnosed in October with ovarian cancer, and Carlos took it upon himself to start raising money and awareness for research for early detection of ovarian cancer. So this really means a lot to me because we didn't really know anything about ovarian cancer until I was diagnosed. So he's taken upon himself to bring awareness to others regarding the symptoms and just awareness of that because most women like myself are diagnosed in a very late stage.
So you're currently being treated, and how's that going?
Fine, thank you. I'm in clinical remission right at the moment, but continuing some chemotherapy just for the next year or so. but I'm doing very well, thank you.
And enjoying the game tonight, enjoying seeing
We're
Carlos.
having a great time being here to support Carlos in his efforts to raise money for ovarian cancer. We're having a fabulous time. Thank you.
And what do you think of Carlos's new do, by the way, the blue and the white?
Okay, I think it's, interesting.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it, and good luck to you. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Guys, let's kick it back up to the booth.
All right, thanks, Mark. So well put. Discover, get in the game. Yeah, definitely. That's a big part of it, what goes on the sidelines, and a lot more than just football. And good news to hear with the remission as the pass caught on the far sideline by Sia Burley. I think they say he trapped it. So it becomes second down for the Arizona Rattlers.
Kind of slow to get up there. Looks like he might have tweaked his ankle or his knee on that comeback route. Those are the kind of passes that you're hoping to just get your offense back into rhythm a little bit. A nice, easy pitch and catch, little curl route. As you said, it trapped. It brings up second down, which is not that big of a deal in Arena League, but you'd like to get some continuity going with this offense.
Less than 4 here in the first half as Trandon Harvey in a high motion. Campbell, they go to Burley. He wants to go long, and Harvey tripped up. No flag is thrown. Trandon Harvey unhappy about the no flag. And a few boos here at the U.S. Airways Center.
Well, you got two guys running downfield. You got Jefferson and Trandon Harvey. Looked like it was pretty good coverage. You're going to see them come into your screen. Just watch up here at the top of your screen. Watch them coming across the field there. Looks like inadvertent contact. On top of that, not sure if that was even catchable. Good call by the refs.
I like the no call.
Yes.
Yep. Wild about the flag happy officials in any league. Newcomer Marcus Jefferson. Contact was made. We talked about Arthur Blank, the owner of the Georgia Force and the owner of the Atlanta Falcons. They drafted Matt Ryan, the 3rd pick of the first round. And one of their later picks, 21st pick, was Sam Baker out of USC. The AFL connection there is Sam Baker's dad is David Baker, the commissioner of the AFL. And I remember Sam Baker used to follow his dad around 8 years ago, and he was starting in high school and had a great junior year at USC. Now he's going to make more money than Dad.
I wonder if it's his biggest dad. Because Mr. Baker, the commissioner, big man. But yeah, congratulations, the Atlanta Falcons franchise trying to turn things around a little bit, starting a new era with the quarterback from Boston College.
Well, Arthur Blank, although busy tonight, obviously. We see him in Phoenix for the Georgia Force games. Trandon Harvey makes the grab. Bulldog down. Arizona Cardinals in their first round pick. Dominique Rogers, Cromartie out of Tennessee State, a quarterback. But that's an advantage that Georgia has now. You have a dual ownership, or in this case, 2 teams, 1 ownership. And you can take advantage of the same facility out at Flowery Branch in North Atlanta. It's worked out well for both franchises.
Yes, it has. This Georgia Force team has been very, very successful, especially under Doug Plank's leadership.
First down and 10. Campbell has time. Now out of the pocket, he throws away. That's what he did not do last week. And Skip Foster, been in the AFL a long time, had said that you got to get rid of it if the guys aren't open. And they might have been guilty of forcing a few last week.
Well, nobody opened downfield, and good protection up front. Lane Campbell had a chance to complete a pass. Saw nobody open, throw it into the stands, live to fight second down. Don't try and force something in there.
Getting down to the 1-minute timing rules in a bit. At the top of your screen. Burley in motion. Campbell looking for Burley, now has to throw under route, and Harvey can't hang on, a juggling effort. And Whitley creating havoc with that pass down at the 1-yard line.
Pretty good coverage. You're going to see, again, starts with protection up front. Pass looked like it's going to be completed. Nice job avoiding the pass rush at the end there. Had the ball in his hands, and nice job by Whitley coming over there, grabbing the jersey and a little bit of that right arm to try and shake that football loose.
Now the 1-minute warning. So the game will slow down a hair, just a hair, in the AFL. here with the clock, different rules, and we'll see what's in store. But stay with us because a lot of scoring goes on in the final minute of a half here in the AFL. Back in a moment.
If you're looking for a home security system, or even if you already have one, ADT can give you so much more. Like an easy way to arm and disarm your system with the touch of a button, even turn on your lights. You can also get fast alarm response from our advanced network of monitoring centers, plus great local service, our exclusive theft protection guarantee, a money-back guarantee, and monitoring rates for about $1 a day. Call now and save over $250 when you buy ADT's family package. ADT, always there.
Oh my! Wow! Man, what a hit! Oh, what a drill and what a catch! Ingram hung on to it. Sack going down. Look out! Coming out of the end zone. Boy, he is jolted it. His helmet went about 8 yards.
Fall in love with melty cheese. Taco Bell's cheesy beefy melt. Seasoned beef and melty, and even more glorious melty cheese. Get yours before it's gone.
Welcome back to Phoenix. Coming up at the half, the Russell halftime report. We'll have the Pass the Mic challenge. Also a look at, we talked about great plays tonight. You're going to see the top 5 plays of the season coming up in just a hair, and also highlights from the first half and stats and Dale's commentary about what took place in the first half.
Can't wait to hear that.
Well, no, it's a lot of offense, and again, it was the line that did it all, or much of it. Campbell scrambles and batted away. Intended for Cy Burley.
Well, Cam Newton, that Dak linebacker, had a lot of time. You can see good protection again right up front. Nice job stepping up there by Chris Robinson. Just nobody open to throw the football at the last second. Tries to fit the ball in there, and that's where those mistakes happen. Cam Newton comes across, gets a hand on the football, almost comes up with the interception, brings up 4th down.
And they'll be going for a field goal attempt to break this 35-35 tie. And this has the distance, but no good. Hits the right upright and brought down a 26-yard attempt. So Georgia will have the football with 47 seconds left. And again, in the AFL, that's an eternity.
A long time, and another high snap. Remember, Asi Fa'aoa was the long snapper of the last, but watch the holder, how he has to stand up to get this football down. Throws your kicker off, even that little bit right there. Extra points sometimes not as difficult as field goals, but anything out of that normal rhythm can throw a kicker off. Nice job getting the football down, but had a part in that missed field goal.
You talked about Ingram in there for Fa'aoa. He's out with the injury. So now Georgia, an opportunity to get the lead for the first time tonight. 47 seconds to work with. Bryce in the pump fake. You allowed this one, and the fan from Mesa, Arizona comes up with a souvenir.
Well, that's not taking any chances whatsoever, making sure the ball's in the stands, nobody open. Tried to run a couple double move routes on the outside. The Rattlers had them both covered very, very well downfield instead of trying to force something in there. Play second down.
Look at those numbers, 12 of 14 tonight, Chris Greisen. And they said he could not play in the AFL. Scouts thought he was not good enough. Catch is made by Morris, hemmed in near the 17-yard line, short of the first down.
Well, sometimes you're not even talking about a talent level. You're talking about your quarterback mechanics and style, and you have to be able to get rid of the football so much quicker in this league. You have to see things quicker, and things come at you, and you make different decisions than you do in the outdoor game. And it does take a bit of an adjustment. And boy, has he made a great adjustment to this football game and leading this football team.
I guess he went to 8 NFL camps, NFL Europe. That's a quarterback academy in the offseason and having a lot of success. with the Georgia force on 3rd down and short. Wide open, Jones makes the touchdown grab, and Georgia has the lead for the first time tonight. Penalty flags thrown. A little extracurricular activity on the near board line. Jones back with the swim move. And Georgia up 41-35.
Watch him. You're going to see him lined up right back here. Now, he's going to come up, have a 15-yard running head start at Isaiah Trufant. You have to guess. He guesses wrong. Ball's thrown right on the money. Nice throw, nice catch. Nice having Bryson and Tiger Jones on the same page.
Personal foul on the defense, number 89, for unnecessary roughness. That penalty will be enforced on the succeeding spot after the kickoff.
It's Wendell Gaines. Kevin Guy knows, Wendell's a sharp guy. But they were a lot of pushing and shoving. He's just the guy that got caught on the near board line. Martinez, the PAT. His stance is rather pronounced. Would you agree, Dale?
Yes, I would.
But it certainly works well for him, you bet.
Put it to the uprights.
Martinez converts on the PAT. AFL, a little more pushing and shoving. AFL, I always equate it to a musical chairs, the last minute. You want to score, but you don't want to have the time run off the clock with you holding the football. And it's just you got to be careful how you play it, whether you have an onside kick or do you score too soon. It is true sometimes players will fall down because they don't want to score too soon. You want time to run off the clock, and a lot of gamesmanship going on between these two coaches.
Well, there is, and that is. To me, it's the big thing of do you score too soon? And hey, if you're Doug Plank in Georgia, you're going, wow, okay, we scored, but there's still 31 seconds left, which means Arizona has a chance to come down, score as we're going into halftime, carry a little bit of momentum with you, and that's what you want to try to avoid at all costs in this league.
The offenses have not been stopped. It was the kickoff returns that turned the ball over for each team. And then, of course, the missed field goal attempt. So it's not as if the offense is shooting themselves in the foot. But you can bet that while Harvey's back, if they go deep, up front, Arizona be prepared for an onside kick.
Well, that's the thing, that this is a very, very nice opportunity. If you're thinking as a Georgia Force fan, this might be an opportunity to try that onside kick. And you haven't stopped Arizona yet. You give them a very short field. Maybe you'll get the ball back one more time and you can score going in the half if you don't recover the onside kick.
They go conventional. High off the net, Trandon Harvey. Return one tonight for a touchdown. Big gap up the middle, one man to beat, and Harvey may have another. It's a foot race, and Harvey's brought down inside the 5. There'll be a face mask, and Arizona will have it 1st and goal.
What a tremendous athlete Trandon Harvey is. I just love when he makes up his mind, he goes. There's no running back and forth. There's no indecision. He sees a gap. He hits it full speed. The only reason he's brought down is he's grabbed by the face mask and yanked to the ground. And that makes you wonder, if you're a Force fan, why not try an onside kick it? Right here in the open field, avoids Martinez. Making a very good effort for a kicker. But you knew he wasn't going to bring him down. And then Whitley comes down the sidelines, grabs on, and that can be so dangerous. Those are the kind of tackles that can end careers right there. And now, if I'm not mistaken, the reason that we're talking so long is because you had the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty before the kickoff, so that's got to be assessed.
On the play, personal foul, face mask on the defense, on the tackle. From the previous scoring play, unnecessary roughness on the offense. By rule, the ball will be placed at the end of the run, 1st down.
So Wendell Gaines is absolved of everything by Trandon Harvey's great run, and by the penalty on the Georgia Force, they get the ball right where it is.
1st down and goal against Doug Plank's team. Ball on the Georgia Force 1.5-yard line. Georgia leading for the first time tonight. Rattlers trying to knock it in. Robinson is the fullback. Wendell Gaines, 89, can carry the ball too. And they give to Robinson, who powers his way in the end zone for the touchdown.
Guess how much time's left still here in the first half.
I told you it was an eternity.
Nice job by the offensive line. Just kind of mashing it up in there. Watch him just get some movement right there. Hand the ball to Robinson, and they said they're going to try and get the ball to him a little bit more. And just pushing right behind those big boys, Harry-On Thomas and Mascoro.
Poole's PAT is good. And Georgia and Arizona tied at 42. Good one tonight, folks. Arizona has really scuffled when they've lost games, getting behind early. They've won some exciting close games. And Kevin Guy knew that it would not be easy. Doug Plank, even though his team has injuries, there's a lot of talent here. And you got a coach who's been in the league quite a few years, and Doug Plank, who actually Doug was in the home of, he said, a neighbor who's a Michigan fan. And Doug said when he looked in the living room, or actually the den, he saw the Michigan helmet. He started getting into game mode. He said he wanted to spear the helmet off the case, off the wall at his neighbor's home. And that intensity, Ohio State, Michigan, is still there for Doug Plank.
Doug has done such a wonderful job with that Georgia team. And pretty calm, cool, collected, but inside him, as fierce a competitors you're going to find. He told us he needs a couple knees and a shoulder, I think. Talking about artificial knees and a shoulder here soon. I said, well, you're one behind me, so get going.
I said, Doug, you look good on the outside. That's what's really important. But yeah, he may have those surgeries, the replacement surgeries this summer. He's hopeful it'll be after they have success in the playoffs. They've gone the last 3 years. Damien Gross the return with 19 seconds. So Georgia an opportunity, and we said Greisen, who's just been amazing tonight, and so has Campbell. It has not been the offense's fault. I mean, we talk about stops. Offense, really, neither offense has been stopped. It's been the special teams and a missed field goal. So 3 plays there with the 3 stops. He's very involved in a charity, Homeward Bound, here in Phoenix. He played with the Arizona Cardinals. And a great catch on a perfectly thrown pass. Got grabbed by Gross and right on the money.
Well, and you talk about that. That's what you talk about the secondary, and is there communication there? And then you see him run right down. You're going to see another nice throw, but the secondary looked like they let him go. Thought there was going to be help, and there wasn't. Gross able to run right down the hash mark, catch the football and get down, and they call timeout. Was still enough time to get in the end zone.
Yeah, the 9 seconds important, and not just to get the touchdown, but not to leave Arizona any time to work with, because both offenses have been outstanding. Arizona and Georgia here.
Well, you see number 19 there, Jerry and James, and he's in the lineup for situations like this to try and get his hand on a football, try and come up with a turnover. Rattlers desperately looking for a playmaker on that defense.
Pass incomplete. No flags thrown. Defensively, Eric Williams trying to fight through Tiger Jones on the near board line. 5 seconds remaining.
A lot of hand-to-hand combat down there, and the referees have let it be known that they're going to let them play. And you know what? As long as they're consistent, that's all you can ask for as a football player. As long as they say, you know what, you can play physical all game long, that's all that matters. Little contact you can see down at the bottom of your screen, but that's the way they've called it the entire first half. As long as they stay that way the entire game, you won't hear a whole lot of complaining from the players.
Players now knowing what they can work with based on the officials here tonight.
Well, you see the huddle now because there's 5 seconds left. Is there enough time to run another play and still try and kick a field goal if you don't score that touchdown? That's what they're huddling down there in the Georgia end zone about. And it looks like they're going to send Greisen back on the field and run that one more play.
Yeah, there are no guarantees, not the NFL when it comes to kicks. Now, Martinez is a very good kicker, but the ball be placed they're going to kick it. We were talking about place near midfield. So instead, he'll be on the sideline, and they'll get one more crack at it with 5 seconds to go, trying to break this 42-42 deadlock. Broken up, loose ball, live ball, and it's incomplete with 2 seconds left. The clock does wind down. Let's see, the officials are going to talk because that...
When did the ball hit the turf?
I think they'll end up going with about 2 seconds.
Please reset the game clock to 1 second.
1 second it will be.
Boy, if the ball could have stayed up in the air just a little bit longer, we had already been at halftime.
Now this is where you bring Martinez back out. Don't fool around. Reasonable hold.
Well, sometimes even when you have good protection, defensive lineman Shropshire right there got his hand up, knocked the ball up in the air.
Arizona will try to ice Martinez with a 32-yard field goal attempt. And remember, it's a live ball. He misses off the net. Arizona can run with it.
And I think that you got Kevin Guy out there saying, you know what, let's be aware of everything. Make sure they don't run a fake, make sure they don't catch us off guard, and be prepared to try and run this thing back and try and get some points out if it is, in fact, a miss.
We'll see. Coming up in a moment or two, we'll have the Russell halftime report. Pass the mic. Along with the top 5 plays of the season, stats, and some highlights from a wild first half. Lots of scoring. This will be considered a stop. Some call it a half stop. And it is wide to the left, no good. And the half comes to an end. So the Rattlers get a clean stop out of it. And Arizona and Georgia. It would figure to be a 42-42 tie after 2 quarters of play. Downstairs, Doug Plank.
Yeah, guys, here with Coach Plank. An inauspicious start, going down 14-0, but tied at the half. How were you able to keep this team's head in it?
Well, you know, the last 3 weeks we've been down 14, 21-0. So I don't want to say we're getting accustomed to it, but whatever the reason is, we come out and we just start very slow.
What is the biggest concern that you will address to your team at halftime?
Well, I think defensively, we can't allow them to just continue to score on such easy plays. Basically, it all traces back to mental mistakes we're making in the secondary.
Great. Thanks for your time. Good luck in the second half. Let's kick it back to you guys.
All right. Brought to you by Discover. Lots of offense on this Saturday night, and they can't be stopped. A couple of field goal attempts and a couple of kickoff returns that were botched. Adds up to a 42-42 tie. Halftime show coming right up here on FSN.
Everyone on the football field has a role to play. For example, linemen have to block, for the quarterback to pass, and for the receiver to catch.
Players have to work together as a team in order to learn how to be successful.
The importance of teamwork is just one of the lessons we learned from this great game of football.
The AFL is proud to partner with USA Football to help make youth football a fun way to learn the game of life.
You know what? You've earned this. Never fled from Spalding. True to the game.
And welcome to the Russell Athletic Halftime Report. U.S. Airways Center in downtown Phoenix. A midseason matchup, the Georgia Force and the Arizona Rattlers. Right now, a look at the top 5 plays in 2008 midway through the season.
Let's take a look back at the top 5 plays from the first half of the arena football season. Everyone is praying their play will make the countdown, so let's get started. Number 5 is an amazing kickoff return by Mike Brown, cutting back and forth across the field, eluding and then outrunning the entire Chicago Rush team, scoring a touchdown for the Philadelphia Soul.
Oh, what a run by Mike Brown. Round and round he goes. Mike Brown, wow.
Number 4, Orlando Predator Odie Armstrong delivers the biggest hit of the season, leveling his prey Talib Wise of the Chicago Rush.
Wow, Odie Armstrong, strong indeed.
Number 3 is an ode to great catches. Too many to rank them, but too brilliant to leave out. These guys display their great hands.
How about that for a highlight?
Number 2, Rodney Wright makes the reception and pushes toward the San Jose end zone, but the swarming Utah defense forces the ball free, allowing Kelvin Morris to scoop it up and take it all the way for a Blaze touchdown.
And taking it the distance is Kelvin Morris.
Finally, number 1. The Orlando Predators had their prayers answered when T.T. Tolliver caught a tipped Shane Stafford Hail Mary pass in the end zone with no time remaining.
Are you kidding me?
That is unbelievable.
Look forward to more great plays in the second half of the AFL.
And we may have more like that in our second half. Mark McClune has more. We'll be back in just a moment.
Contestants, grab your wings for the annual Native New Yorker Battle of the Bone Chicken Wing Eating Contest. Amateur eaters looking to eat wings and win big prizes can enter today at battleofthebone2008.com. And with our great menu of delicious appetizers, entrees, and desserts, everyone wins at the Native New Yorker. The Native New Yorker. Come for the wings, stay for the HD sports action.
So cool, so hot. Native New Yorker, the coolest place for the hottest wings.
People are talking. I went to Culture Tempe's website before I came in, looked at the inventory, selected the car I wanted, which made the buying process much easier.
Culture-Tempe.com makes buying your next car or truck easier.
The last 3 vehicles I bought, I went through the online process, and this was the best experience I've had.
Come see what people are talking about at Culture Tempe Pontiac Buick and GMC Truck. I-10 and Elliott in the Tempe Autoplex.
I knew when I saw the flight of the ball that we weren't going to have to worry about who the players coming in the bottom half of the inning. If you don't learn from your experiences, then you're not going to get better.
It's Bob Melvin, In My Own Words, Monday at 5:30 on FSN Arizona.
Every game, every score, every highlight. It's the FSN Final Score. 30 minutes every night of the week, bringing you all the action from the world of sports. It's the one show where serious sports fans go for serious sports highlights. The FSN Final Score, presented by DirecTV.
I am trying to play matchmaker, and I'm going to bring you guys 3 very good-looking, very successful Major League Baseball players. This job is not easy at all.
It's the Eric Byrne Show, Wednesday at 5:30 on FSN Arizona.
The Russell Athletic Halftime Report continues here from U.S. Airways Center. Hi, everybody. Welcome down to the field. Mark McClune with you. You know, it's been a great first half, tied at 42. Lots of action, lots of great plays to talk about, but only one can take top billing. It is time for our top play from the first half.
Underneath the iron this time, Trandon Harvey. Scattered field, one man to beat, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Trandon Harvey wins the Russell Pass the Mic Challenge. And remember, go to russellpassthemic.com right now to submit your best play call of 5 select plays online. Upload an audio file at russellpassthemic.com or call 877-276-0757 to record your very own play call. The winner will get a trip to Arena Bowl 22 in New Orleans. See contest results at russellpassthemic.com. We're tied at 42 here in Phoenix. Stick around. Another exciting half of arena football to come. You're watching it right here on FSN.
22 is playing New Orleans this July, and you can be there. Yeah! Just enter the Mitsubishi Motors Drive to Arena Bowl sweepstakes for a chance to win a 2009 Mitsubishi Galant Rally Arts and a trip for two to the Arena Bowl 22 weekend. There are plenty of weekly and instant prizes from Aaron's, Discover Card, and ESPNShop.com. So don't be left on the sidelines. Enter to win today at arenabowl.com/drive.
Oh my! Wow! Man, what a hit! Oh, what a drill and what a catch! Ingram hung on to it. Sack going down. Look out! Coming out of the end zone. Boy, he is jolted it. His helmet went about 8 yards.
I got ADT because my neighbors were robbed, but ADT did a lot more than protect me from burglaries. My dog was all alone when the fire broke out. ADT acted fast and called the fire department. They saved my home and her life.
Every day, ADT is there for our customers with an easy way to arm and disarm your system, plus fast alarm response from our advanced network of monitoring centers. Call now and save over $250 when you buy ADT's family package. ADT, always there.
I'm with Dale Hellestrate, Kent North U.S. Airways Center in Phoenix. Game is tied. Dale, the stats are pretty much right down the middle, the ones that really count in terms of turnovers, in terms of possessions. We want to look at some of the highlights from the first half, and really the highlights the same situation when you take a look score to score.
Well, it is. Each team answered each other's big plays. You see Brandon Harvey starting the game off with a touchdown. The Arizona offense in rhythm early, throwing the ball, catching the football early with the touchdown. And then you see Harvey making a play on a ball that really turned this game back in Georgia's favor, because at that point Arizona was up pretty big. Georgia recovers it, does a nice job getting back in this football game.
You see the turnovers both on the kicks. Each team has attempted a field goal to miss, so even though the passing yards, you see a difference there, but the bottom line, same number of possessions, same number of scores, same type of scores.
Well, and then something here in the second half is going to have to be one defense is going to have to come up with a stop or a turnover.
That'll do it for our Russell Athletic halftime report. Looking forward to the second half. Remember, folks, they do play overtime if needed. It may be that way here tonight at the U.S. Airways Center in Phoenix. Second half coming right up here on FSN.
I love it. Open my present next. It's a singing toast.
This telecast is copyrighted by the Arena Football League for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the AFL's consent is strictly prohibited.
Arizona and Georgia getting ready for the start of the third quarter, but a few moments earlier, Mark McClune had a chance to get a quick word from the head coach, Kevin Guy, of the Arizona Rattlers.
Well, you know, concern-wise, we need to get a stop, and we made some adjustments at halftime. They're kind of getting us with their quickness right now. We're going to see if we can't shorten the field. What I'm happy about is our energy level right now. Our energy level is really good. We came out, we started fast. Our offense is doing really good, and our special teams playing really well as well.
All right, thanks for your time. Good luck in the second half, guys.
All right, Discover gets you in the game as we hear from Kevin Guy and what they need to do in the second half. But maybe one of those proverbial games, Dale, where who blinks first, you know, who makes the mistake, who turns it over, because the offenses have been dynamite, and it really, I don't recall ever in 8-9 years seeing a game that has been more evenly matched in terms of how they are having success offensively or defensively.
Yeah, he said a bunch of things that he talked to us about yesterday. To win, they needed to play good special teams. They needed to slow down the Georgia pass rush. They've done those two things. But the other two things he talked about, secondary needs to be more disciplined. That hasn't happened. And they need to get after Bryson a little bit more. That has not happened yet in the first half.
Georgia among the leaders in the AFL as far as protecting their quarterback, and no difference tonight. Ball picked up by Damian Gross at the shoestrings, and he is dumped upended. Nice job by Isaiah Trufant as he tried to climb over Trufant.
Nice job in the open field. I tell you what, if Trufant doesn't make that tackle, I think you're talking about a Georgia touchdown. And nice job by these special teams of the Rattlers tonight so far here early in the third quarter.
And Trufant at 5'8", but he does play bigger than that. Very strong, athletic. Of course, growing up with Marcus Trufant, who just re-signed a deal with the Seattle Seahawks. It's a pretty good rivalries, sibling rivalry. Gross in motion. He's open, makes the grab. Trufant the quick tackle to 20-yard line. They do have that controlled passing attack as Bryson hits another.
Well, you talk about the secondary, you talk about communication, and you see Jerry and James. Watch number 19 right there. Not able to get a hand up. Nice job by Gross coming on a slant route one-on-one. You can see right here, watch, right in the middle of your screen, Jerry and James in the line to try and get a hand on a ball, try and knock something down. Wasn't able to do it there. Boy, when you're one-on-one, it's that secondary tough to defend.
And the football dropped by the lineman, and that was Shane Grice, 5-year player out of Mississippi. Yeah, Jerry and James has pretty good hands, and they're looking for a Jack linebacker to be a little more aggressive in terms of takeaways and come up with picks. They've been playing a rookie at that position earlier and not playing tonight.
Well, you talk about Shane Grice, you're going to see the big boy right here. Watch him get out in the pass pattern. Hits him right in the hands. And these big linemen aren't used to catching that football turning upfield and with a full head of steam and running.
And this is Morris. Eludes one tackler and then hemmed in at the 16-yard line. Shropshire down there. His wife in the process this weekend giving birth to their child. And he will head back, I believe, to South Carolina. I know it's on the East Coast. And he has recently rejoined the team after being out with an injury. But he's filling things up in the middle. Played for the Gamecocks. Third down. Bryson, and it's caught for the touchdown. Nice effort by Tiger Jones. He's had a heck of a night. Very elusive for the Rattlers defensive backs to chase him down. And Georgia has their second lead of the evening.
Well, you're not going to play defense any better than Trufant did right there, coming clear across the field. Tiger Jones, you're going to see him coming right across the field here. Nice throw by Grice. Almost gets the hand in there. Brings the ball in. That's the advantage of catching the ball with your hands. Nice job by Tiger Jones.
Jones now 4 touchdown receptions, 142 total yards. PAT is good. 6 grabs by Tiger Jones. When the season began, they weren't so sure how big a factor he would be on the Georgia Force team. Georgia right now up by a touchdown.
Come on now.
Don't miss Arena Bowl 22, New Orleans. For tickets, call 1-866-AFL-TICKS.
Oh my! Wow. Man, what a hit. Oh, what a drill and what a catch. Ingram hung on to it. Sack going down. Look out. Coming out of the end zone. Boy, he is jolted it. His helmet went about 8 yards.
I'll get that. I think I tweaked a hammy. You ever tweak a hammy? I know one thing, it's better than tweaking a glute.
Nobody gets you in the game like Discover Card. Get on the field, get in the huddle, even get up close with the players. Get in the game with Discover Card, making every fan's AFL experience brighter.
You getting pruny?
And for Arizona Rattlers tickets, call 602-379-2333 or log on to azrattlers.com. On the road next week, but May 9th. San Jose comes a-calling, and Kevin Guy was the defensive coordinator there last year. These two will be part of the crowd, I would assume, on May 9th. Another home games against Grand Rapids, Colorado, and Utah. Off the net, Brandon Harvey's had a great night, and Harvey breaks out of an ankle tackle to the 10-yard line. 5 returns for Brandon Harvey and about 152 yards.
They've done a nice job, and he's done a really good job picking a hole and hitting it full speed. I think if you're Georgia, you feel pretty good about keeping about the 10-yard line.
Lane Campbell done a nice job after 5 interceptions last week, and he is not hesitated. If he can't find a receiver tonight, they got it in his head to throw it into the stands. His team down by touchdown. A lot of 3-step drops for both teams. Harvey to the 20-yard line.
Well, you talk about the protection, and that's, you got the offensive line. You've also got the change in the drops. And sometimes you do 3-step, sometimes you do 5-step. And then as a defensive line, you don't know where your aiming spot is. You don't know how deep you got to get, and so it keeps them off balance, along with better play offensive line-wise, and we'll get into that story after this.
Thomas was also at Austin last year. He is the center. That's Harvey in high motion. But Thomas was Campbell's center at Austin. Left flat. And it's caught. DeVoe to the 24-yard line.
Well, the offensive line, they've gotten themselves into shape. Coach Guy told us yesterday the fact that they came into camp not really in shape, not really knowing what they were in for, and it took some of these guys a little bit longer than expected to get in shape. They're just now getting there, and you can see it in their improved play. You can see it in the way they're moving around, getting downfield, and it's really, really showing up in the team.
White said he had, or Guy said he had great respect for what Gene Nudo and Danny White did in coming over here to Arizona, but he had to make some changes, incomplete. And you implement a new style. You turn the staff over, the team over. They will honor Randy Gatewood later in the season, retiring his number. But Bo Kelly no longer here. Cedric Bonner is in Chicago.
Well, the other thing you talked about, the offensive line in the new game. It's not so much an Iron Man game anymore. It's a new game. So in the Iron Man game, you should find a defensive lineman and you just teach him to hold.
Yeah,
offensive, not block, to hold. And now you guys got offensive linemen who can actually pass block.
Screen, Robinson can't hang on to it. Second time the Rattlers have tried that. Robinson knows that one he should have had. Third down.
A little middle screen. You're going to see him lined up right here. Watch him try and squeeze in between the defensive line here. Ball gets on him. Number 75, Harrion, almost looks like he blocks his vision initially, but I think Robinson knows he should have had that and at least picked up some positive yards.
Third down. Each team has been stopped once tonight, scoring 6 of 7 possessions. And DeVoe has the first down and stopped after he gets to the 13-yard line. And they move the chains. I would think after the 5 interceptions last week, Campbell couldn't wait to get back out, start anew. He played well 2 weeks ago in Tampa. Again, he was out with an injury earlier this season, so there were some continuity issues there with an ankle sprain. And remember, he's had just the 10 starts in the AFL. But like Bryson, playing well tonight. There's some beef up front, is there not?
On both sides of the football.
Doug Plank made a comment about that, what they look for in linemen. Look out, here comes the backside pressure. It's caught by Robinson. Breaks one tackle.
Didn't look like he was looking for any open space. Looked like he was looking for somebody to run over. Nice catch, wide open. Little pressure is going to be here on Lang, but gets the ball over to a safety valve. And then not a whole lot of movement here, just looking to run somebody over and gain positive yards. You can see him right up here. Watch him catch the football.
Almost in slow motion, though, for everybody. Yeah, Milligan was waiting for that wave of Robinson to barrel into him. Second down and about 5. Open in the end zone, and it's caught by Trandon Harvey. Touchdown, Arizona. Nice grab straddling the boards in the end zone.
Well, for anybody watching, nice route by Harvey. Gets the defender turned around. But the most impressive thing to me is you got the board coming at you. You're running full speed. You can see the ball thrown right on the money by Greisen. Good protection up front. That's where it starts. You throw the football, but watch him catch the ball right there with his hands. Ball never touches his body. Ball comes right into his hands, catches it. Good things happen when he catches the ball with his hands.
And Arizona has tied the game at 49. Entertaining game tonight, a lot of offense. Someone's got to blink somewhere along the line. Georgia has the ball when we come back right here on FSN.
We got ADT because I walked in on a burglary once. The physical damage was pretty bad. The emotional toll was even worse. What that robber really took from us was our peace of mind. With ADT, we got it back.
Every 15 seconds, a burglary takes place in the United States. Help protect your family with a fast alarm response of ADT. Call now and save over $250 when you buy ADT's family package. ADT, always there.
Success rarely happens on the first try. To achieve your goals, you have to stay focused, practice hard, and learn from your mistakes. Every situation, every game presents a new challenge, but never quit. Your hard work will pay off. Perseverance is just one of the lessons we learn from this great game of football. The AFL is proud to partner with USA Football to help make youth football a fun way to learn the game of life.
The incredibly fuel-efficient Mitsubishi Outlander. Hop in. It's go time.
Tied at 49. Trandon Harvey, a big night. 4 grabs, 2 touchdowns. And add to that, this is the guy that was a TSA agent in San Diego. He played football at Washington State. Went back to San Diego, no professional opportunities. I asked him, what was that like? And he said, you'd be surprised the things you find in people's bags in the early going. Now people are wise to that, but he's happy. Here's the onside kick, batted around and recovered by Georgia at the 20-yard line. But he's so happy to get the opportunity. Tryout camp, impressed, and battled a couple of injuries. Having another nice night tonight for the Rattlers. Shaking up on the play. Keo Cravert, another one of the talented newcomers for Arizona.
Well, that onside kick, as a defensive coach, which Coach Guy is, sometimes you've got to just try and shake things up. It's midway through, the third quarter here. You haven't stopped them defensively, so why not try something new? And so you give it a shot. You almost come up with it. That could be a nice turning point. You didn't. Now, hey, defense, go out there. Try and get a stop. You can get a stop from the 20-yard line. You can get a stop further back.
Yeah, some teams have a more difficult time scoring when they have the football in the opponent's territory. Quick little shovel out to Gross, who works his way down to the 16-yard line into the carpet there. Yeah, the way it's going, like each team is looking in the mirror. Just another reflection. So give Kevin Guy credit, trying to mix it up and try something different.
Well, another thing, this Georgia offense, Coach Plank was talking about, lose a couple big receivers last year, Jackson and Lee, and so it's almost like going off of steroids. You have to adjust again because these guys were so good and just couldn't afford to keep them. And now you're adjusting to new receivers.
Greisen's pass, and it is incomplete. Going into the stands, Keogh Craver trying to come up with a pick. Great effort by Craver. Look at this.
My goodness. You talk about effort, and that's what Coach Guy and the coaching staff wants. Almost comes up with it.
Now you're
watch out over there.
That's the team bench, not just the grandstand.
Oh, the team bench, some guys should have caught him.
They're
like
bailing.
A dugout. They're bailing out on him. That's what
Brian
Trainer
Lee?
and Brian Lee doesn't want anything to do with it. I mean, you're supposed to catch your buddy.
Here's third down. Dreisen throws, and it is incomplete. And he caught it. He held on to it. What a job as Williams comes up with the interception. Backpedaling in the end zone. And the Rattlers get the second stop of Georgia, but there is a penalty flag.
Holding offense number 77. Penalty will be declined. Results in pass. Interception. First down.
You can see the pressure coming right up the middle. You see Dreisen can't step into the throw. Ball a little bit behind the intended receiver, Gross. And what a nice job by Eric Williams. Falling backwards, coming up with the football. Again, watch right through here. That's where it all starts. Protection breaks down a little bit. Nice job with the line stunt. Ball just did not get out to the sideline far enough. And then you have to be opportunistic, which Williams was.
Yeah, great concentration by Eric Williams. Rattlers inside the 5, inside handoff, and this is Robinson, powers his way to the 10-yard line. So tied at 49, and the slightest miscue can really make a huge difference, the swing in momentum. I mean, the game tied at 49, you're on defense, now all of a sudden Skip Foster, the offensive coordinator, and the Rattlers have the football now, and they need to capitalize.
Well, they need to capitalize it, and some teams respond better to the quick, sudden change than others, and sometimes when you aren't good at communicating and you haven't played a lot together, it's a little more difficult to get out there on a moment's notice.
DeVoe, bottom of your screen, a high motion. Plenty of time for Campbell. A wobble pass cut by Arizona's Trandon Harvey inside the 5-yard line. Not the prettiest pass that Campbell's thrown tonight, but it gets the job done, 37 yards.
Just throw the ball out in front of Trandon Harvey. Make sure that you lead him. That's what he does. Ball wobbling a little bit. Great concentration. Harvey running away from the defender, James Whitley. Pretty good protection up front to hold the ball that long and just throw the ball across the field. Very, very hard to defend that if you're a defensive back when the receiver's running away from you.
Inside the 5-yard line, Arizona trying to regain the lead. Free play for the Rattlers, and they do get it in the end zone for the touchdown. Robinson the carry.
Offside. Defense number 98. Penalty will be declined. Result of the play is a touchdown.
You still have forced defensive lineman pointing at the Rattlers saying you jumped off sides, but that hard count has done a masterful job of keeping this Georgia forced defensive line off balance. They just have not been able to pin their ears back. They're playing a little more hesitantly because they do not want to jump off sides, and they're still doing it.
Campbell knew that he had a free play. PAT by Houle is good. And Arizona leading by a touchdown. Neither team has led by more than 7. Well, excuse me, Rattlers did lead at one moment by 14. Right now they lead by 7.
You know what? You've earned this. Never fled from Spalding. True to the game.
All of us AFL players, you know, we have favorite plays.
And the cornerback, that's Harvey for the score.
So what's my favorite play?
Blue 92.
Trips left, HO 30 climb.
Stay hut. Gotta kick it high, gotta kick it straight.
Stand for a Blaze victory.
We should get a quick 6. Just something simple. Right, 90, wing sail, Z delay slant.
Right yo-yo, 82 Poco.
You got to throw it quick.
You got to send them long.
Now, quarterback's going to read this corner here.
The old 5-step drop.
Oh, no, the 3-step drop.
Are we talking about dancing or football? Starting to feel it now. I'm feeling it.
Quarterback takes a quick 3 steps, hit the delay slant. And that's your basic 3-step route.
Well, we might not agree on a favorite play.
One thing we do agree on
is the favorite play of the AFL, helping kids at Children's Miracle Network hospitals.
That's my favorite.
Touchdown!
And welcome back. The Rattlers take the lead here at the U.S. Airways Center. We found the ultimate football fan who I don't think can get enough football, Larry Fitzgerald of the Arizona Cardinals. What do you think about this arena game?
I like it. I've been a big fan, a big Randy Gatewood fan, and, actually got one of my really close friends playing on the Georgia Force, so I'm just here to support him, and, I'm kind of going against the grain right now.
Okay, well, where would you see yourself fitting in playing arena football? Would you see you playing any defense and laying the wood to any receivers?
Well, I don't know if I'm really cut out for too much of the defensive side of the football. I like catching the ball and getting in the end zone as much as possible, but defense side's not really my thing.
All right, thanks a lot for joining us. Big day for you as the Cardinals do the draft today along with the Atlanta Falcons. We kick it back to live action and send it back to the booth.
All right, Mark, here's the return and gets out to the 2-yard line. Nice job by Arizona's Keo Craver to slow him down. The teammates finish it up. Larry Fitzgerald, Cardinals, their first pick in that first round. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie out of Tennessee State at cornerback. They're pretty well set at wideouts. And we made mention earlier of Matt Ryan, drafted by Atlanta, the quarterback out of BC. And Sam Baker out of USC, Commissioner David Baker's son, drafted by Atlanta the first round. Good one here tonight. Georgia is down by touchdown. Ball just inside the 1-yard line. Caught by Gross to the 5-yard line. A little more breathing room.
When you talk about the energy level on this Arizona team, you see number 93, M. Christo Bruce getting over there, hustling the football. But the way I like to judge things is at the end of the play, if you're on defense, how many jerseys are around the football? Is there one guy making the tackle, or are there 2, or there 3? Your teammates, buddies coming to help you. You see the Rattlers, there's 3 or 4 black jerseys around every time somebody's tackled.
Been a well-played game tonight by both teams. That was not the case last week. And it's picked off. Inosawa can't hang on to it. Great try. Keo Craver sniffing for the football. And just about had it.
Craver doing a nice job getting a break on the ball again. Bryson not able to step into his throw, not probably as much zip as he'd like. Craver almost coming up with a big play. He also was the one who pinned them back in his field position by hustling down on kick coverage and making a nice shoestring tackle.
They got the fans in the game, to be sure. Less than a minute to go in the third quarter. 3rd down and 6. Bryson caught by Gross for the first down. Bumped out of bounds by Craver. For 2 teams that were very inconsistent last week, and for some games this year, they played pretty sharp tonight.
When you talk about, watch right here. Watch, this is a slot receiver, but watch the Rattlers and their miscommunication, and you're going to see them come right across wide open because the secondary not on the same page. You got 2 guys jumping, the motion guy running right down the middle of the field. Nice throw and catch. Great Bryson to Gross.
Meanwhile, the pass to Morris complete, short of the first down. Bryson hitting Morris. But Dale, we talk about sometimes one team takes advantage of the other's mistake, but this is a case both who have struggled because of injuries this year. In this one game, playing pretty well. 300 total yards passing for Chris Bryson, 22 of 30. And just the 1 interception. That was Craver just a few moments ago. More coming up, 4th quarter, right after this.
All of us AFL players, we have favorite plays.
Blue 92. Trips left, HO 30 climb. Stay hut.
Gotta kick it high, gotta kick it straight.
You gotta send them long.
The old 5-step drop.
No, the 3-step drop.
Are we talking about dancing or football? Starting to feel it now. I'm feeling it.
Well, we might not agree on a favorite play.
One thing we do agree on
is the favorite play of the AFL, helping kids at Children's Miracle Network hospitals.
That's my favorite.
Touchdown!
Contestants, grab your wings for the annual Native New Yorker Battle of the Bone Chicken Wing Eating Contest. Amateur eaters looking to eat wings and win big prizes can enter today at battleofthebone2008.com. And with our great menu of delicious appetizers, entrees, and desserts, everyone wins at the Native New Yorker. The Native New Yorker. Come for the wings, stay for the HD sports action.
So cool, so hot. Native New Yorker, the coolest place for the hottest wings.
Burge Mazda is Arizona's largest Mazda dealer. And because we're Arizona's largest, you can drive a new Mazda for $199 down and only $199 a month. That's right, Arizona's largest Mazda dealer puts you into a new Mazda for $199 down and only $199 a month. Only during the $199 a month sales event. Come test drive a new Mazda and drive it home for only $199 down and only $199 a month. Only at Arizona's largest Burge Mazda, just south of US 60 on Country Club and Baseline.
Catch the Arizona Diamondbacks as they wrap their West Coast road trip, taking on the San Diego Padres.
Drew, spin, fires,
Golly, Connor Jackson.
It's the D-backs and Padres, Sunday at 1 on FSN Arizona.
I am trying to play matchmaker, and I'm going to bring you guys 3 very good-looking, very successful Major League Baseball players. This job is not easy at all.
It's the Eric Byrne Show, Wednesday at 5:30 on FSN Arizona.
AFL on FSN is presented by ADT. ADT, America's residential and commercial security leader. Proud to be the official security services provider of arena football. And by Mitsubishi Motors. It's go time. Visit MitsubishiCars.com. And by Russell Athletic. Willpower has a lot to say on 4th and inches. Cantor Devanis, Dale Hellestray, Mark McClure from U.S. Airways Center. They've been watching a great one tonight. It has the fans fired up indeed. Back and forth we go. Neither team has had the lead very long. Arizona led by as many as 14. Georgia led by 7 a couple different times. And the difference right now, the Keo Craver interception.
Well, that's what both teams are looking for. Somebody defensively stepping up and making a play, and we continually see the miscommunication in both secondaries, both coaching staffs knew that coming in. It has played out tonight. Who is going to communicate the best here in the 4th quarter?
The two teams, identical records, trying to get to 500, both playing pretty darn well tonight. Bryson second and short. Give the football to the fullback, pounding it straight ahead. Hebner, Matt Hebner, out of St. Cloud State. And they get the first down.
Well, you got to give those fullbacks a bone every once in a while. You got to give them the football because, as Doug Plank said, that fullback and that middle linebacker, they're probably the most physically demanding position in all of football. I mean, you're having a 5, 6, 7-yard collision every time the ball is snapped, and if you don't get the ball every once in a while, it can become not so fun.
4th-year head coach at Georgia, coach of the year 2 out of the last 3 years, Doug Plank, and throws it away. Chris Greisen, who I guess in the offseason has a talk show, like a little bit you do, Dale. Former player, you have your programs, you go a little talk here and there, and he's got one in, I guess, in Appleton, Wisconsin. Says maybe when the playing days are over, he'll be a broadcaster.
In Appleton, Wisconsin.
Yeah. His audience isn't as big as yours, but it's radio nonetheless. Greisen will send Morris in motion. And Morse, and thrown behind him because of the pass rush. The Rattlers put a little heat, and it was the big newcomer, Bruce, out of Washington State, was causing problems for the QB.
Well, that's what you're talking about. As you're talking about this defense, you got to get a hand up. If you're not getting the quarterback, next best thing, get a hand up. Does a nice job. We're talking about Jerry and James there jumping up. That's why they have them in the lineup. Get your hands on the ball, knock it down. Brings up 3rd and long.
Bryson, time, underthrows, and it short hops, gross to intended receiver. 4th down and 10.
Well, and you just see in this Arizona Rattler defense put pressure on Georgia. They look, after playing so well for 3 quarters, the offense kind of looks like it's just out of sync. And a lot of that has to do with Defensive secondary communicating. Nobody running wide open, getting a little bit of pass rush, and then guys jumping up and making plays.
Fans are on their feet at the U.S. Airways Center. Arizona leads by touchdown. We're in the fourth quarter, and Grayson wants a timeout. We talked about the importance for Georgia while they're in third place in their division. Doug Plank, I'm not sure whether he's aware that Orlando lost tonight to Tampa Bay. New Orleans won last night. And you have to try to somehow be one of the top teams. Yeah, that's the game face. That's the face he had playing as a spearing DB at Ohio State and later with the Chicago Bears.
Well, I'm not so sure that's just not his normal face. You know, now that I watch it, because it never changes. If you're up, you're down. If it's in the middle of a game, does a nice job.
Well, there's intensity to be sure. We'll be back in a moment.
Oh, my! Wow. Man, what a hit. Oh, what a drill, and what a catch! Ingram hung on to it. Sack going down. Look out. Coming out of the end zone. Boy, he is jolted it. His helmet went about 8 yards.
I love it. Open my present next. It's a singing toaster. It's a singing toaster. Wow. It wasn't on the registry, but I knew you'd love it. Thanks. Thanks a million.
At Casino Arizona, when we say thanks a million, we mean it. This year, we're giving away millions in cash and prizes to celebrate our 10th anniversary. Casino Arizona, what are you waiting for?
Forget about what happened in that first half. I know each and every one of your destiny was to be part of this football team tonight. And I know our team's destiny is to be champions. Look at me now. We will win this football game. Yeah! Woo! We will win this game. Yeah. Let's get a hand in here. 1, 2, 3, win!
Nobody gets you in a game like Discover Card. Get in the huddle, get on the field, and maybe even get the game ball. Get in the game with Discover Card, making every fan's AFL experience brighter.
Go! Let's do it!
Hey. Arizona leads by a touchdown. A reminder that for Force tickets, number to call, 888-55-FORCE. Or log on to GeorgiaForce.com. They're home next week against New Orleans. New Orleans won last night. Right now on a 4th down and 9. Georgia down by touchdown at the Arizona 14. He is hit, loose ball. It's picked off, taken by Arizona. Kawhi running with the football, scrambling downfield to the 15. He's going to get to the 5 and down at the 2-yard line. Kurt Kawhi out of San Diego State comes up with it on the loose ball, and Arizona gets their second huge takeaway in the second half.
You're going to see the pressure come from the left side of the screen, get the hand up, ball jumps up in the air. Nice job by Kahui, and then he gets up and runs to the football. Some of the Rattlers celebrating, thinking the play was dead, but almost brings it back for a touchdown. Another turnover created by this Rattler defense, which is exactly what they were looking for coming into this game. Force them into a 4th down where Grayson has to get rid of the football.
Second Arizona interception. Kahui with this one. You look at the turnovers, and the other Georgia turnover being on the kickoffs. Arizona had the same situation. It did not get in. 2nd down and goal for the Rattlers. So you get all the scoring in the game, but it comes down to a defensive play, a big play, and the stop for the Rattlers.
Well, that's the difference in winning and losing football games, and it comes down to things like that in each and every game. And if you make those plays, you win. And if you don't, you end up being below 500.
Dale, your point well taken, though. It's a different story on a 3rd and 10 or 4th and 2, but 4th and long, 4th and 9. You know, you can do a little bit more defensively. Did they get in? Nope. 3rd down and goal.
You got a lot of big boys in there for Arizona. Wendell Gaines jumping in there offensively to bring a little more beef to the party. And we said before, Chris Robinson, the fullback, pretty athletic, can usually move the pile, just get the ball in his hands, and you think that he'd fall forward for 6 inches.
See some athletic plays made Kahui, Craver, and Eric Williams. Those weren't easy opportunities. Now on third down. And Robinson gets in for the touchdown. Flags have been thrown.
I think somebody from Georgia's offside.
Defense number 3. Penalty will be declined. Result of play, touchdown.
Looked like number 53, Trulock, was, watch him right here. I think he's almost going to beat you across the line of scrimmage, steal the handoff, but get the ball in Chris Robinson's hands, and he's done a nice job running the football tonight.
And the PAT by Houle. It is good. Rattlers have a 2-touchdown lead. They've had it a couple times tonight. We'll see if they can hold on. Less than 10 minutes to go in the game. We'll have more in a moment.
Nothing brings us together better than a football game. In today's fast-paced, high-tech world, a football game is still a great way for neighbors to be neighbors and for kids to make new friends. The importance of community is just one of the lessons we learned from this great game of football. The AFL is proud to partner with USA Football to help make youth football a fun way to learn the game of life.
FSN presents the Emmy-nominated series that uncovers the most spectacular tales in sports history. Amazing sports stories. Incredible. Unbelievable. And 100% true. These are the greatest stories never told. It's an all-new episode, the tale of the greatest prison ball player, Sunday on FSN.
Buckle up, race fans, because Around the Track is dropping the hammer. Looking for all the highlights and in-depth race coverage? Then you've come to the right place. You won't find a more complete post-race breakdown than right here on Around the Track. Sunday night at 10 on FSN Arizona.
Rattlers take advantage of another takeaway, the interception by Kurt Kahui. And they take advantage as they score the touchdown. Eric Williams had the other interception. It was not Craver. Craver had a near pick, but that's 3 takeaways for the Rattlers tonight. And they're up by a couple scores.
Done a nice job, especially here in the second half, creating those turnovers, and that's what separated these teams. They've created the turnovers and then taken advantage of them by putting touchdowns on the board.
To finish up, and that they have done as Damian Gross, this ball did hit the facade. There's the net, and then behind the net, facade of the grandstand. And it becomes an instant dead ball when that occurs.
And that's only on one end here at the arena, because the other end, there's nothing right behind the net. So referees have to be very, very aware, because the ball does take funny hops off that facade.
The hometown team was not too happy last night. Spurs dealt the Suns their 3rd loss in that best-of-7 series that will continue tomorrow. Morris in motion. Shovel the ball to Morris. Gets a nice block and then sprints down to the 16 up for the first down.
Nice job. The timing in this game has to be so good. I mean, if that ball is thrown 6 inches behind Morris, it's a turnover. Nice job by Gryson getting the ball out there. Morris, hand-eye coordination, knowing there could be somebody there to put a big lick on you as soon as you catch it. It takes some guts to play that position.
It's as risky as it looks. That
yes, it is.
As Cronenberg, the offensive coordinator, and the pass is incomplete. Intended for Morris down on the far board line.
When you talk about this secondary for Arizona playing a little bit better here, and I think Keough Craver there got away. He bit on the pump and go, and he grabbed onto a little bit of jersey of Morris and held him up just enough, but not enough for the referee to throw a flag.
Offensive shootout, U.S. Airways Center on a 2nd down and 10. Bryson sends Tiger Jones in high motion, jammed to the line of scrimmage. Quick pass across the middle, and Morris is dumped at midfield. close to the first down. Flag has been thrown in the backfield.
You're going to get some type of roughing the passer penalty here.
How about him, Christo Bruce, the newcomer, as we see the penalty.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense number 99. 10 yards from the end of the run. First down.
Got the back of Greison's legs, and I didn't even notice that till I looked back. And anytime you see a player in any sport lift both hands in the air like I did nothing, if I'm a ref, I'm throwing a flag and saying you did something. I don't, I'm going to penalize you for something. I don't know if I even saw it, but don't throw your hands up in the air like, oh, don't look at me. And that's exactly what happened right there by Shropshire.
Makes the official's job a little easier. Greisen now inside the 15. Pump fake and finds his man near borderline. Second down and short. Here's Bruce and Christo Bruce. We saw him the other day in practice at 6'6", newcomer out of Washington State. Because he's thin at 270, he looked a lot taller than that.
You said he looked a lot taller than me because I'm fat and he's skinny.
Aren't you the same height, though?
And he does look taller.
All right, here's the pass thrown, and it's incomplete. Intended in the quarter.
He's a tall drink of water. We were looking out the practice field. He looked like he's 6'8". I look like I'm 6'3".
Now a third down and short for Greisen.
These are the kind of collisions that happen in arena football. The boards are there for a reason.
And it is juggled. And cannot, he does hang on to it. What a job. Great concentration by Damian Gross. And you had to thread that ball in there, as Greisen does so well.
Did a nice job threading it between three Rattlers defenders. Pretty good coverage by McKenzie there, and just a better throw and catch.
Important PAT. Everybody's now. He misses. Martinez misses. And Arizona hangs on to the lead, but by single point. Double check that. How's Dordevanis' math? Get the abacus out. Rattlers lead.
If you're looking for a home security system, or even if you already have one, ADT can give you so much more. Like an easy way to arm and disarm your system with the touch of a button, even turn on your lights. You can also get fast alarm response from our advanced network of monitoring centers, plus great local service, our exclusive theft protection guarantee, a money-back guarantee, and monitoring rates for about $1 a day. Call now and save over $250 when you buy ADT's family package. ADT, always there.
Leads to another, the Mitsubishi Lancer. Hop in. It's go time.
Game has been so close tonight, you think a missed PAT, it becomes a one-point game. No, they lead by 8. But that could certainly have some effect as we wind down the last 6+ minutes. The missed PAT by Martinez. And on this Saturday night, Arizona Rattlers trying to see if they can get to 500. Georgia looking to take advantage of a loss. Here's the onside kick. They'll try to bat it into the stands. And it will be Arizona football.
Nice job by DeVoe there, knowing the rules. Don't try and catch that ball. I mean, you try and catch the ball, you take one in the chops and you fumble it away, and Georgia gets the football. Just get the ball off the field to play. It's your ball right there. Toughest play in football. See how high that ball bounces, and you know there's guys barreling down on you. Just get that ball out of there. And I tell you what, if you're a fan, be careful.
A painful way to get the souvenir is Arizona 1st and 10 down at the 16. Harvey in motion. Right flat. DeVoe scrambles to just outside the 10-yard line.
Well, we talk about the Rattlers and their defense and their hustle. The Georgia Force defense, they're the same thing. They hustle the ball. You see a lot of white jerseys at the end of the play. It's just a matter of when you have as many injuries, as many different starting combinations as they've had this season, you're going to have miscommunication. It's part of the game, but Doug Plank insists on one thing. He said, if you don't give effort, if you do not give effort, you won't be around on Monday, and this team hustles to play hard for him.
He's made a few changes already. Campbell on second down for Harvey, incomplete. Flags are thrown. We'll see if Harvey was held as he's trying to get free. Well, as we said before this game, pretty big implications for being midway through the season. And it's more of a confidence situation. Here's Pat Harvey.
Holding defense number 3. Penalty enforced. Half the distance to the goal line. Automatic. First down.
Both teams trying to erase the bad taste from last week's losses. And this would do wonders. You play well played game, entertaining. You get a win, you move on. You lost, you lose, then you're talking about 2 in a row, and you start to question yourself a little bit.
Well, it's not quite so entertaining when you lose. You know, it's always entertaining and fun, and you know, you can slap each other on the back and all that after a win, but after a loss, it wasn't quite as exciting.
Right now, Georgia is down by the 8, and this is Harvey, and he's bumped, and he was headed for the end zone until he ran into the wrecking ball. Jermaine Smith out of Georgia, former NFL player with the Packers. Well, that was a heck of a hit.
He was going 100 miles an hour one way and runs into Smith and came out at 150 miles an hour the other way. A little bit of a size mismatch there. Nice job though by this Rattler team, trying to use up some clock here, trying to get that score and get that 2-touchdown advantage.
Harvey again, and he won't get in. And it's Smith who makes the tackle. Smith able to knife in there and make the stop. A couple of fine plays by the big guy. Played at Athens, but he grew up in Augusta, Georgia.
And you can see him right here. Nobody blocks him. Good enough quickness to get down the line of scrimmage and make the play. A lot of times you don't block a guy you don't think can get all the way down the line of scrimmage. You're going to watch film and say, if we play Georgia again, we got to put a hat on Jermaine Smith because he does have the athletic ability.
Yeah, pretty durable too. This is his 67th consecutive start. Fumbled, batted around, and Burley picks it up. And the Rattlers are looking 4th down and goal from the 10-yard line.
Well, that's one of those plays. You're going to run a reverse to Burley, and it really looks good if it works, but nice job by Milligan getting penetration, and that will wreck almost any play. Number 3 getting across the line of scrimmage, disrupting the handoff, and then Burley doing a nice job just getting on the football.
So the Rattlers are stopped, unless of course they fake the field goal, which I cannot imagine on this attempt of 25 yards, and it is good. Job well done by Houle. Rattlers out of their lead. Now up by 11. 2-possession lead for the Rattlers. 2:40 to go in the game. Back in a few moments.
Oh my! Wow. Man, what a hit. Oh, what a drill and what a catch. Ingram hung on to it. Sack going down. Look out. Coming out of the end zone. Boy, he is jolted it. His helmet went about 8 yards.
Fall in love with melty cheese. Taco Bell's cheesy beefy melt. Seasoned beef and melty, and even more glorious melty cheese. Get yours before it's gone.
Well, she's cheering. Eric Kuhl had missed his first 5 field goals this year and then connected this last one, a big one, because it makes it a 2-possession lead for the Rattlers, the 25-yarder. And Arizona up by 11. Lucky Bear out here. Whatever it takes. Arizona trying to get to 500.
Well, and as you said in the first half, we still got 2 minutes, 45 seconds left. That's an eternity in arena football. You could have another 30 points scored here before this game's over with.
Poole. Conventional. Gross the return. And a nice tackle. Straight up by Isaiah Trufant. Flag thrown. Open field tackle and broke it down. Very well done. Pat Garvey.
Legal block in the pack on the return team. Number 10, half the distance, first down.
Well, Coach Guy had talked about special teams play being a big part of the Rattlers' success, and you see the push in the back there. But watch Trufant right here, breaking down. So much field to cover, and to see him break down, put his face mask in the chest, get the Gross on the ground. Perfect form tackle.
After the pump fake, it's caught at the 20-yard line. Morris the grab. Trufant missed him there, and then it was Eric Williams who made the tackle. Bryson continues, although not the same half he had the first stanza.
Well, the one thing you'd hope here with 2 minutes left that you're not biting on pump fakes now. They're going to beat you down the field. Don't try and jump a route. Play coverage.
Another pump fake, whips it across the middle. Morris makes the grab and cruises easily into the end zone for the touchdown. So Georgia climbed to within 5.
And you see Bryson rushing his team up to the line of scrimmage because in arena ball, the clock continues to move. 140, 138, you see as the clock's moving, they're going to go for 2. Another pump fake you're going to see from Bryson here. Completes the pass, nice route. Gets into the end zone, nice job by Morris.
Morris wide to the left. Jones goes in motion, going for 2, and they don't get it. Deflected off the hands of the intended receiver. Well, the Randy Gatewood fan comes up with a souvenir, and his number will be retired. Gatewood, not the kid, but Gatewood's number will be retired. The upcoming home games for the Arizona Rattlers.
Well, now an interesting decision coming up for the Force. Minute left, before that 1 minute warning, 11 seconds. The onside kick again. I mean, you were successful last time. The onside kick at Arizona with that smaller field, shrunken field, couldn't get it into the end zone. Do you do that again, hoping that you can recover it? Or do you kick it off and try and play defense, and you haven't been able to do that all night? I mean, if I'm Doug Plank and this team, I'm going to try an onside kick it because you have a chance to recover it. And then second of all, if you don't, the field is so small, hard to run your entire offense.
Otherwise, you'll be forced to use your timeouts if Arizona moves the ball downfield. So, I've seen Martinez for a few years in the league, and I forgot the exact percentages, Dale, the success rate on the onside kick, but it is something that you talk about trying to kick a field goal. Forget about the field goal. If I'm a kicker, I work on that onside, the moon ball, every possible onside kick I can come up with. That is huge in this league.
Well, and you can see the Rattlers with all these people up here. They are expecting an onside kick themselves.
Well, they're bunched up. Martinez is his kicking team. So everybody in the house looking for it. And there's the kick. And the scramble. And it will be Arizona football.
That's probably the least fun team to be on, is the onside kickoff return team, better known as the hands team. Because no matter what position you're playing on that team, you know you're going to get walloped. And most of the time it's because you're going for the football, but these guys got 10, 15-yard head starts at you, and you're a sitting duck. It takes a lot of courage and a lot of concentration to sit in there and recover that football.
They're banging the helmets and bodies as Arizona has the football. 1 minute to go in the game. Rattlers have the ball on a 5-point lead midway through the season here on FSN.
Come on now. I love it.
Don't miss Arena Bowl 22, New Orleans. For tickets, call 1-866-AFL-TICKS.
You know what? You've earned this. Never fled from Spalding. True to the game.
Arena Bowl 22 is playing New Orleans this July, and you can be there. Yeah! Just enter the Mitsubishi Motors Drive to Arena Bowl sweepstakes for a chance to win a 2009 Mitsubishi Galant Rally Arts and a trip for two to the Arena Bowl 22 weekend. There are plenty of weekly and instant prizes from Aaron's, Discover Card, and ESPNShop.com. So don't be left on the sidelines. Enter to win today at arenabowl.com/drive.
Arizona leading by 5. Yeah, Georgia's not dead yet. No, they still have some life, but they got to come up with a stop. The Rattler man here, and no one's comfortable. We said, Dale, 1 minute, a lot of things can happen. And Arizona will have to protect the football, try to run some time off the clock. Nice scoop up by Sia Burley. And that'll stop the clock with 54 seconds or 55 seconds to go.
Well, we saw a lot of stuff happen at the end of that first half, and for those people who don't watch a whole lot of arena football, once that 1 minute warning hits, no more running clock. The last minute, a lot of things can happen. That's what makes this game so exciting. So Georgia has a chance here. Again, that shrunken field. Last time Arizona had this same situation, they came away with only a field goal. They do that this time. You're still talking about a one-possession game for Georgia.
5-point lead. Arizona on top. Campbell throws it away. Or at least threw it far enough where it could not be picked off. They have some good hands, and they've shown it here in Phoenix tonight.
Quite a few footballs going up in the crowd, and right there for a split second, if you're a Rattler fan, it almost looked like Campbell's going to try and fit a ball in there in the end zone, and he's done such a good job tonight. When it hasn't been there, throw the football in the stands, don't take any chances. And you just, if you're a Rattler fan, hate to have seen that, him try to fit one in there and force a turnover.
3rd down and long. Campbell out of the pocket, on the move, and it's incomplete. The ball cutting across in the back of the end zone. The Rattlers now on 4th down. Penalty flag has been thrown, though. Not sure if that was a late flag or not.
Defense number 3, 5-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
Boy, that's just a killer penalty. Just an absolute killer penalty. One of those where he wasn't any more physical than it was in the first half of the football game where they let him play. Illegal contact, not only do you get the ball back, but you get that automatic 1st down.
I don't think Arizona was even looking for the
No, I don't think so.
Called against Georgia. So a big break for the Rattlers. On 1st down, Robinson straight ahead to the 5-yard line. Now Georgia will have to call timeout.
Another interesting rule with the Arena League. In the last minute, you have got to gain positive yardage to keep the clock moving. If Georgia stops them on a running down short of line of scrimmage, clock stops.
And I think Georgia has just the 1 timeout remaining after this. You're right, Dale, when you talk about letting them play, and then all of a sudden, boom, instead of a 4th down in a kicking situation, Arizona has the golden opportunity to get the new set of downs. And Georgia down to their last timeout after this. Robinson, the fullback, and straight ahead, trying to push it. They do get the ball inside the 5-yard line. And now Georgia calls their final timeout Kevin Guy knows, though, it's still a long ways away from being over, but it's looking better right now.
It's like, I don't know when you calm down.
When you drive home.
I don't even know if it's that. I think it's when you actually get home and you're sitting in your lazy boy and you take a deep breath and you go, okay, I think we just won this football game, because it's a thing that makes this game so exciting.
So unpredictable, and you can see the coaching staff, wasn't Doug Plank, but one of his assistants really giving it to one of the officials. Plank right now talking with Cam Newton, trying to get a strip somehow in some way. Rattlers trying to get to 500.
Well, in a situation like this, and some of the most elementary things go unnoticed. Make sure the snap comes up. As a quarterback, make sure you have the ball. Don't start going too soon. You see fumbled snaps, things of that nature when you try and run the clock out.
Robinson pushes it straight ahead. Clock rolls, 29 seconds. And the mistake's pretty much doing Georgia in tonight. As they're not going to win, it's going to be an Arizona victory. Kevin Guy, his team goes to 500. His team, fewer turnovers, fewer penalties. Campbell was outstanding, along with the Greisen, his opposing opposite number. It's a big win. You get to 500, you beat a good team, even though it's at home. Pretty well played by both teams, but just fewer mistakes made by Arizona.
Fewer mistakes and bigger plays, whether you're talking special teams or defense. We talked about the second half. Who's going to come up with a stop? Arizona came up with a turnover and bigger special teams plays. Nice job by this Rattler team.
ADT Defensive Player of the Game. Let's go downstairs to Mark McClune.
And that man is Kurt Kahui. What a game, but let's start with the win. How big is it for this team to get this victory?
Oh, it was tough trying to get over this hump. We now 4-4 going into LA next week, trying to get a W and trying to move this this program forward. So we just keep working and practice, we're going to chip at it and we're going to make it at the end, hopefully.
Talk to me about the interception. That was a very difficult catch. When did you see the ball? How did you find it, and how did you make the play?
I got real lucky, it fell right in my hands, turned up. Our D-line made a good job on batting the ball down, and, it just fell in my hands. I got up and I started running. Thank God.
And taking on the role of cheerleader at the end, you were out there talking to the offensive line, said, "Go get that first down."
Yeah, we have to get that. We have to get that positive yard so we can keep that clock running, and we did. So hats off to the offense; they did real good today. Hats off to the special teams and defense. Hats off to their team; they did really well.
Great, thank you very much for your time. Go celebrate the win, guys. He walked on at San Diego State, made the transition to starter in his final season there, and tonight he's our player of the game defensively.
Indeed, a huge play. Dale, Arizona didn't make many mistakes tonight. That's not the case last week, so a very impressive win. In Georgia, the penalties, the turnovers did them in.
Yeah, they did, and we knew that coming in. Both teams knew the team that made the least mistakes was going to be the team that won, and everything that Kevin Guy talked about yesterday, they had to come to fruition for the Arizona Rattlers did today. Nice job by them, and the Force now have to go home and come up with some answers.
Well, another shootout, entertaining game as Arizona wins 66-61. You can see the Rattlers next week, 7:30 p.m. on FSN. Now for Mark McClune, Dale Hellestray, this is Cantor Devana saying so long from Phoenix on FSN.
People are talking.
I went to Culture Chimpy's website before I came in, looked at the inventory.